Emambia ngia mwancho murigiria asiri tukiriga aria Jumatano yeti tariki 30 mutinyo kabere. Karibu sana irinde tunyare gusanga ime ya Getembe TV ekero mutinyo iga onyarire kororekana buna nkoerore gusura chiko butoka kigima litukoryankyo naroere endoche nabo akonya goteba kigima ng'a ere niga chakire kobara 2026 already ikira goteba ng'a jamani omwaka oyo igo mochierere buna atakagirete kero kende niga irete ng'a asing'encho last year ya nyarete koba gekoba enkong'wake ng'omwaka oyo iga nari ebinto bigo smile lakini agoteba na kuru motinyo kabere ere nigo aibete omwaka 2025 okorora ng'a kare niga chakire kobara 2026 noyo mera agateba ng'a bono iga nigo are 2027 already aganyirete obochori timaiti ng'a naki station yabeire naki ebinto biabeire ebikong'u iskari bakamwachakire kobara omwaka ogocha gaki kamoranje we still have 5 months to go gose ng'a mitinyi 5 nere bosio eyo tobwerete ando gweta rituka ase erinde ogotara rituka eriga koromambi baka bwaira mitinyi iga 5 emanya kwera lakini ase bari bachakire kobara omwaka 2026 nabo igo 2027 tokobaganeri amaya abagoteba ng'a tari barabuboka na abange bakagerete ng'a omwaka oyo nigo bwanete kwebwa lakini neri ng'a mbabwati okonyara igo nekoroki ng'a ebinto biakong'ire sana ase omwaka oyo korende tari owanja nabo bikong'ete kerase na neri ng'a nokwenda na omoyo rituka ase erinde tunyare kogendera nobogima oboiga. Karibu sana nche nkuruko Matildah Obaigwa na ime y'omorobere iga bwetani Getembe rituka riga ntochi gosanga amange ayo kero kende kwabere gokoya igwa gose okoigwa mbeo gekogusa nari onsi otaramanya gwikira ase ebiro ebiga korase studio ya kabere nere Havila akariri omwancho murigereria nekero bono aborokiwa banyare kogenda ase gose basoire kogenda ase omutimoko bw'omutienyi ogatano na gatatu gose holiday nigo obono abaibori banyare koborwa koba batoereru na kwene kibuna abana baboti bari gotumeka emitandao yekerero ase enchira embe gwensonania chisabu uchimbe nabo gokora emirimo eri etaba abwendereti ayaganigare gokwanwa noyore omo commissioner Gongo rwa Nyanza umanyikanite buno musubati Flora Morwa uyu bono ore koena na amaigerio gocha ase abaibori nabo gogokona na abaibori korwa chinsemo cha Nyamataro eyo gotoka eme eye county ya Kisii nekero bono anyarete gusanga na yande amange ayo arengete ensemo ye chisemi buno murikito anko dipo na sanya utumanya.
My name is Flora Morwa. I'm the Regional Commissioner, Nyanza Region. I'm very honored to be at Tumaini Kiage High School today to celebrate the good results that have been coming out of this school, not only last year, but even in the previous years. This school has done very well.
Nigo lyarengeri tuko lyomogoko asaba orokigwa boiga baibuli be skuru yaba muraya Kiage Tumaini uchengero gokora buya asamatemwa amanene a KCSE Madam Flora Morwa oyore omunyanza Region Commissioner igaikira naso mujego yuna goteba nge serikali nigenderete gusira anene chisemia saborokiwa.
We as a government, we are very keen on education, and I would like to take this early opportunity to assure Kenyans that the government is very, very keen on ensuring that the education systems in our country run smoothly.
Ekerekyo nigo bona boria baibuli gotuguterare chinkuma cyo kuruswa wechibesa cha capitation ya se skuru.
But I want to say that His Excellency the President himself has assured Kenyans that the government is going to do everything possible to ensure that all students remain in school. I therefore wish to encourage parents not to listen to the naysayers and also our students to work very hard.
Nakobulia baibuli kobwatera koboko chisemi anene gucha saba na babo.
I want to request our parents to take a keen interest in the education of their children, and particularly now that most of them are breaking for holiday, they should be very keen on whatever they will be doing during the holiday so that they can remain disciplined as we wait for them to come back to school next time.
Omu director bwe skuru eywe Dr. Kiage igate birenga ni go byaliganetie bune skuru anene asogosegeta chisemi guchesa borokiwa bagutumika omurengo muya OCBC.
In 2013 it was ranked number 10 the whole nation, and last year number 19 the whole nation in KCSE, and we are well prepared to receive the CPC students grade 10 from next year in the science and arts streams. We are more than ready to start offering the same quality education and beyond.
Inga kiechecho ni Obaigwa omo commissioner abori abaibori korenda abana babo na boigo gutanga baria anene bakwenda gukora emirimo yokurikwa chinsemo ao bunecho kwiya etabu.
Wazazi lazima wajibike kwa kutunza watoto wao. Tunajua sheria za Kenya haziwakubali watoto. Mtoto ni mtu yeyote ambaye ako chini ya umri wa miaka 18. Kwa hivyo sheria zetu haziwakubali watoto kufanya kazi kwa migodi, na ni jambo ambalo tumekuwa tukilishughulikia sana sana kama kamati ya usalama katika eneo hili.
Nanyana bensemo naywe ni ngobatebirenga omwana mumura nigagendrete gosegetwa asechisemi chingaki yarorekanirenga abange ningo baengeire kuchasaba n'abanyaroka.
Madam Commissioner, we assure you that the boys are well taken care of once they are here. The boy child is not being left behind, and we will work and ensure that the school goes to another level. Come next year, we hope that the school will be targeting a mean of 10.2. And
kuripotele kitaseni kiao kia Getembe kuroika se skuru ya bamura ya kia Getumaini igutuke meje bunge ya Kitutu chache sauti meje kaunti ya Kisii iletera nigonkoro kwa Dipon Asanya
gara asengane yo oya masomo ni gobono oyore ose ekiombe ekia nati ose Kenya National Union of Teachers orosagi arwa Nyamira gikorawa no yore omo secretary ose omo executive koro ase county yo omanyekanete na Evans Obiri ni gobono kia nyare kuboria ewizara yechisemi enyare kweneke buna abana ose aboroke wabonsi ime yense ya Kenya kugendera bare konyora chisemi ase rigori rense ose ase ebosa baukwana alitukorigoro na bararia ni gobono anyarete kwera buna oko eketambukiro gya serikali gochokone kya buna neche kokeya chibese chikubato ko chase aborokiwa kuru chiribu bere emerongevere na ebere goika chiribu 15 nemo ni gobono kira chikoirera abana aborokiwa abonsi bali bakorwa ase chinka chokonyora wense bachikonyora omuchando mono goseti bachikonyora chisemi chiganeire buna abana abande omuleketo fatigadi gisemba no robotiro asinjira engikirano.
Eserikali yaburiwe bariye kinjira eryo kwenekya omoroberio bwa masomo abusa ngogendererware buna abeire gawikiraniwa imeyenzi ya Kenya korwa chingaki choburai bwaye nyagusira mwa Kibaki omurai ogatatu wenze ya Kenya
enze kere kugwena enze kere kugenderera weekend esingati ya mangana masomo sana kero konyora enze yetu ya Kenya yasoire kubeka mangana masomo kando yali gidi bintu binde unabona bakatanga affordable housing nane baile ko concentrate korosia affordable housing mo koroselia ekera abantu abana batayi kwande school basome
aya nigo achire maiga yekiganje kenene kenibo aiga imeyensi ya Kenya koraria buna chibesa echo chikobasira aborokiwa asa masomo chikeiwe korwa chishiringe chiribu emerongo 22 wika chishiringe chiribu 15 nemo asekera omworokiwa.
Let the government think it is a decision goria free and affordable education in this country. Ende ezi itegende. Waziri witu education mheshimiwa Julius Ogamba aligirija mangana yo kera abantu baro baganda ko mofeli. Onya bali ko mofeli yoli wono bali ko to fail bone to bana inchi.
Kukwana na bararia asabisi yaye nigo omonogeri bwa barimu ose executive secretary w'ikiombe kyana orosakia rwa Nyamira Evans Obiri ateba eserikali eise kugenderera nenkwana eyo yogokeya kibesa echiga nigo irachie guturubania amasomo
onye beza ja capitation ya serikali giro jugotoka jugokonya abana bethi school enrollment wigedro ukagendeze ikiara abana bayibuli bayita abange mbaji wa afford wakane abana bawe fee nonye university funding is a big challenge nabatori yitoro jenga bono amasomo gutigara rale amatajiri okasense otu abaito komanyanga education ere equalizer lakini bona igrees tokoranga tekali kwa equalizer unless serikali esingatia mangana masomo na ande proper funding.
Chingaki echecho igobiri amendire na goteba abarimu abanene nigo babeire bagwetera ubugima ubube gwetera ase ogotabaroro wechibesa chisaine echo chigosira amasomo ekibatebere abarai nere buya gokeania enjerembe chibesa chigotumeka asense ya Kenya erio kwenekya kisemi chiabusa inkogendererwa chire muchantondo wensi utayo
Igomono nonya nkurumagega chibesi kine njire batigarite nakyo bangire ko tobaje skuru iri chibuzo cyakana madeni nonya mpre chito gaiga chirensaiga nakyo nyitagete abana babe funded chibesa bare ko ba funded lero nchiyo lakini tateko tebanga tigabali ende baligereri kire kiganja kerensemo mbali baira ni chibesa chiri cha free basic education chigende gusomia abana baito mbabere school.
Hingo ripotera Getembe kurase county eyeiga ya Nyamira Jefatigad Yesemba
Obaigwa ababwatani ebeskuru yobroso ya Gitungurumu egotoka ime ward ya Kiumbu Nyaribari Chache county ya Kisii nigo bono bari na keria bagochengera magega yo kwenyorera ebirasi ebinya ase eskuru yo kolengana na barabo nigo banyare wa kambi ya mona sobuteneri bwekeganja kia NGCDF kurase ebunge ya Nyaribari Chache na boigo goteba ekine gitambukiro kirache kweneke buna amasomo ase eskuru yo anyare koba aya abene ekegema kubwatakana no komentwa kwebirasi ase chinseme chomurikito Daniel Ontiri no roboti rwasinchira kobote
aseira yalietwe n'umubunge w'ensemeiga umusikeza irijanda iyo komente birasi bibere hasi skurega ya Gitungurumu kubatekana no goitinyana kwa boroki wase birasi maga yo goikirana kwireiga abo bisa abaiga kurwase kiganche kyo nigoli tukulia rero babigora bene wacha kokonya abaroki gwabo hasi gukinia masomo boigo bunenchiremo yo gukinia bokoreri ase bunge ya Nyaribari Chache
so etwajira ko bienana ojya sabana besukuru inde banyare ko bako bitumia na inde nabo tokoira neringa umweshimi weito sairi chanda mbuya mono ase miremo enda gukora ase ngenjo yo gochari obogima bwa abana abaiga banda gusoma birasi ne binganyare ko bagakorosia kuna rero igotorega iga tugukura kurwa iga nganda tore skuru ende koro kunyangororo ase ngenjo yo koena naro ebirasi bune biga twende skuru ende koro kweremo ase ngenjo yo koena ne birasi bune biga nabo igo na nyansira
ukwana chinga kechutundo nigamenta bona ubogachi bunga bunu boiga webirasi nigo bogendrete ase chinsemo au ase bunge yo egati abo ase skuru ya Boronyi Nyanguru egati ye chinde chinyinge namba chiko bigora wangwega ase boga kwanero mukyobo wokogorora chiskuru chiri chibwate mechando au asa magacho egati abo ase chinyumba chobo chenu egento gekobeka magima ya boroki gwasa kongo
rie biga byoka ne binde mbirororo una nabiro bigo chakonyara kwa bikoera ntonyara kwa batoko ba tebia na ndembira ski bitoko tokonyara kwa batoko enana nturagwea chisukuru chinde nchirororo na chiro chichibwate mechando wao lakini amagani ya yons konya beka torasumo chumbe na ndenda ndete koja shugurikera ingangaki chisukuru chiga chikonyara kwa chigo konyu in terms ya magendero
umwalimu munene ase sukuru iga boigo oteba iga
gwakambia mona ase mweshimiwe kiara nyariro gotwa ebilasi ebiga erinde tonyare kora konyeka ko gosarichinga kichiri chia mambia sogosoma nande ngwakera abana beskuru eyembia mone kiagera babeira baremereri goikera nyombo na iga bagosoma gwetera se mechando babwate naende tari ngati abago gusoma naende bagwetere mechando mbali gokora buya gokora bare buya sana neringa ne mechande yemeke eyumanyete na gwetera se mweshimiwa eskuru nenyare gotwara a different face buna chairman yatebire
aiga nigagocha chinga kemeroberio au ebekire inse yoborai bumuske janda elio gosirio botaka boigo asomokia bugokinia nonye nambaga yechiga sia sabasae nkurubuterigeta seni kya Getembe kurega se county ya Kisii litrane nguruko Daniel Ontiri
Mwancho mulgere na inde gutigara ime ye county ya Kisii senator omochore se kiama kia UDA koroiga se county ya Kisii omoske AC Okenyuri nigo abeire gakororokana kagutara chisukuru au asorogongo orwagusi ase amatuko aetire na boigo amatuka bwangoiga kabegete echi uniform na boigo ekerenga kiae na chie gusanga ase oroboti oroiga rokubwate buna rwariganire na Catherine Nyaboga.
Omo seneta omochore kurwa county ya Kisii gwetera ekiama kia UDA omoske AC Okenyuri anyeni oyo boigo omanyekaine buna nyaituga nigo abeire somosario bosio ase ogosegeta abana b'ekisukuru gwetera emeroberio yaye ase omoroberio ye omanyekanete buna mchakato wa usomi program ise ye kiombe kia AC Okenyuri Nyaituga Foundation omoske AC nigo arorokanire kabegete chianga chechikuru gose uniform chechikuru chiri abeire kagotarera anene mono chisukuru uniform chia banyaruka egento ekyo nigo abantu abange babeire bakogechecheria buna negie chechegose egosori egento kimokeire ebirengerero ase abananchi omoske esinigo atebire egento gekoirera ere obekachi uniform no koinyoria ase arure na boigo buna engake yemo na bete omoro kiwa.
Nimevaa sare hizi kwa sababu elimu ndio ambayo inamweka mtoto wa maskini na mtoto wa tajiri kuwa sawa. Tatu, nisingetia bidii kwenye masomo singalikuwa seneta jinsi nilivyo. Wasichana mnanisikia? Kwa hivyo ningependa kuwasihi kwa kifupi, tia bidii kwenye yale masomo ambayo mnafunzwa na walimu wenu.
Okobeka chianga chechikuru nigo kere ekiorokererio kyogosegeta aborokiwa gwetogeria chianga chechikuru ase bagosoma. Omoske esinigo abeire gakobwatuka obokonyi bw'ebitabu n'ebintu binde ebinge gocha ase chikuru imeye county ya Kisii ase boigo abeire gakonyora libaga lyogosegeta aborokiwa kobeka omokia ase amasoma abo. Ngoripotiria egetasani kia Getembe nchiriane Catherine Nyaboga.
Mwancho mulgire utigana nayo koro ase ichisemi bono abasubati bali no konyora wainse korende babwate ebyewa nigo bono obarachie konyora ogosiro kose bakonyora ogosiro koro ase omoyega kubwatikana no moyega oyo nyarete gokorekana ritukore igoro nekiro bono bagosiro ase nsemo yebyego byabo nabo igo konyara kurigererwa nsemo ki chire baranyare gokora bya nabo igo koywa chizawadi ayega nigakoragwa no oyore omonyakirogo bwekiombe ekemo ekiogekoro ase orogongo rwa Nyanza ekigo kurigereria gusira abasubati ase ensemeyega ango dipo nasanya brakoiranira ase oroboti oro
ogusira ase omwana omunyaroka nabo iga abasubati ngati ebintu bigenderete kwana na libagari gija buna ase omwana omumura gukona yaiga no muchakubi kiombe kia Global Talent
nali toko launch nali togo chaka officially togo chengera omwiseke omwana omwiseke wetera ase organization ya Global Talent naende Kenya Girl Guide Association.
Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one, and this is a major step for us today as we launch the Queens Initiative. These are women who have dedicated their time to move together as a team so that they can impact society.
Ababwatani koro chinsemo au emergency ya Kenya abo baikirana somurobiri yo nigo bayotogia
samari tango kugatara magomo gono assistant chief nyamati na tanga profession nigo ngotebaiga ase umurobiri wa Talent Global Organization na kutusana nande nakikiagara na chakega senjo konyo mwana omunyaruka wakonyire community wakonyire Kenya wakonyire uchumi ya Kenya wakonyire Kenya.
I really love what you're doing. That is why we are here. I'm here with women. We have Daktari here and a team of women here. Actually, we have come to support your dream.
Thank you.
We are so much happy. You're doing a great job.
Singa kibono barorekana kugikeria ebikora byogusarwa ku mwono munyaruka.
mwate nyaruka takuwa kwanda banga gender based violence ni competitive kasi abana abanyaruka so tafadhali tubwaterane umurobere kase mashinani tokonya bana kinyaruka na barabe bakobetera family chaitu egere chipe family shurukaneka ndiye
naboigo abantu kuburiwa gusira abasubati ilio konyora libaga ligiya lio gonchulia magimabo ankyo.
For me, as a man, I feel good because when you empower women, you are empowering the community. Because when you empower a man, it is just an individual. But when you empower a woman, you are empowering the whole community. And so for me, this is a major step for us. And as we move forward, it will not only die here, but itaendelea na itasambaa na itafika ulimwengu kote. So just come in, support us, partners. We thank you so much for coming in handy. And there are many things we're going to learn as we move by because there is no monopoly of knowledge. Tunaendelea kujifunza pamoja. So naomba kwamba tushirikiane.
Kuripoti kitaseni kiao bwanjite kia Getembe kuroiga se county ya Kisii letera na igonkoro kwa Dipon Asanya.
Mwancho murigere na korwa ase siasa nikobono omo MCA omo korwa wadi ya Kiogoro kutoka ime county ya Kisii omoske Samuel Apoko bono anyale gusanga ekirengere kya na kumwegerera oyore omo bishop we diocese ya Kisii omanyekanite na bishop Mairura Okemwa kubwatakana nechinkona chae echanyara kubwatoka se amatuka wangoiga echio chibwateraneti amangana siasa na boigo abarai nigo omosike Apoko anyale kuboria amaskani anomono korwa ase mitandao na boigo korwa ase abasae bonsi bakorwa sigisa kukyumugusi ikiagera nigo bishop nere are mwanya bantu bunondi wensi oyo ore no bosibore kugusanga kerengere kyae neba nase amangana asiasa
abantu baminto montegere nande nabona ari gusaba abantu baminto nayekere kwigure gento tako abo mwango kuramomo tako bo mwango kwiranirio muntu bobe nara kwara dia chest ne constitution yetu ya Kenya ne tekiro muntu bosibore bugukwana na koereza kende yonsi kerese nkoro yae somo yoye ige mambi yabo nataka kukwanira engana yabera bishop kara bishop arenge anniversary yae gari mosoche sabato yae ta amangana akwanete lakini orami right left wono jenara gotebanga bishop mwanya bana bishop itu Catholic mwanya bana injazma jazintari mo Catholic lakini nisigete edini na nisigete abakorerwa Nyasaye and more especially you bishop Mairura egento keria kwana ni opinion yae na mwanya bana na nainja poko ndatware opinion yae a constitution yetu neto ataribaga yokuru mundo freedom of expression ya bishop na kiarenge ne aba bishop bande Kenya bakwani na bona tigandu example na muyeria omo bishop onyeri okwanire amara ange sana iguru ya siasa akolipiuke government and whatever lakini nanya korwa abantu bamwe abo bakumuraba nara gusaba abantu baminto ngaki uyu no musombo Nyasaye as much as yakwanite ideology yae etari ko subscribe ne ya ino bari mutaigwete nga mbu yakwanite nabona ari gusaba abantu baminta maskani atoke guchia se kanisa na maskani atoke guchia sabasumba Banyasaye ere mwanya bantu nere na bwate right yo gukwana mangana ari yakwanite nande gento kyangokiri omo bishop uyu nande na imugetegoro akasaba mabere nga onye mwambwate tebube munyabere iguyu no muntu Nyasaye nari gusaba nk'abantu baminto nakinatenenera namasikania manene ntari kukwana kende geko geje muntu ntataite kugara munde kamuranje abantu baminto ase twabeta tosike kanisa nando tukena basomba Banyasaye
Mwancho murigire nande kuiranira engana ya abarokiwa ose abaiboli ana muno chinga kichiga cy'umutimoko niko bono oyore omwana siasa na bwigo monchoreria omokongo kegima omanyekanete buna Rogers Amotori nere anyale koboria abaiboli bane kibuna banyale ko bana babo ase chinga kichiga na ebirebyo nigo anyale gukonera uguchamo kumugusi bunenjeremo yokonekia amagendero ase orgongori
nandi tuikirenga kielia abana baitu asitu abatumite esukuru amasomo bono ngucha bali erusa ange yomotienyi litangani ntate wo sigeta baibuli na abana kera baguchanka tobabange nkibago chagokora naende ngaibale ase chingaki chionsi inabono ntobwate chikam meeting ase ekanisa ya Adventista SDA. I can encourage abaiboli bali bara ba Adventista batuma abana baba chikambi na abana ba participate ya samangane chikambi na libara amanye igoro ya Nyasaye na mangana ande yobo tomeli bwa Nyasaye bono ekera abana bagochanka intwe company yeito ya Guardian engakieye nabokonyora na intwe twebangire toire abana ase chinka ase utaratibu borobuya salama ya abana baito negento kiengencho kerekenene mono sana una lero okoligereria goche town omwana omoke abana lero bakogenda jisukuru na abana bake sana so tukarana the best way tigatuira abana mbake skurume nandi twabarusia skurume twabaira mbaka chiobis cheito ase bagoika baisaransa baganya abaibori babo bacha koboye abagusiba intase bantegererete ase engakieye iga na intwe engakieye bono twachakire kwebanga uno mogusi tochichamo tokwane kemo naboni gatoikire kiregesaku kibangete egesaku kya mulima Kenya kibangire egesaku kya bakamba kibangire egesaku kya iga kyabo papa mate iga bebangire abaruya bebangire na intu abagusi tigatwebanga
mwancho murigere gutigana anayo nakorwo ase serikali enene ane muno ase amangana siasa nigo bono ikiama kia ODM na boigo kianyare kwene kia buna ngochia kere gukora okubwaterana kwa bene na kire kia UDA nganonye bagokora mirimo ase amatukaega nekero batebire gocha bari kurigereria egati yebirenga ebyo babona twikirania buna enjiremo yo gutwara obwa matobuya na boigo kone kiburai obuya aiga ase ense ya Kenya.
Following resolutions as the party's collective message to members and to the country. Number one, that the party supports the position that has been taken by party leader Honorable Raila Odinga to work with the Kenya Kwanza administration to stabilize the country and create an enabling environment for Kenyans to address their concerns through democratic and constitutional means. Number two, that in order to expedite the implementation of the 10-point agenda of the MOU, ODM will constitute a technical team to work with our UDA counterparts as part of the political infrastructure to assist with the implementation of the agreement. The committee has identified the absence of such a technical committee, which is actually contained in the MOU, as the missing link in the implementation of the MOU. Of great concern is the full implementation of the NADCO report, promotion and protection of the livelihoods of young people, the right to peaceful assembly and protest, the rule of law and constitutionalism, corruption and wastage of public resources. Thirdly, that while the party acknowledges the allocation of 415 billion to counties in the current financial year as an improvement on the previous disbursement, we will continue pushing for the raising of the allocation to a minimum 450 billion Kenya shillings or more, as had been proposed by party leader Raila Amolo Odinga. Fourthly, that the party continues to demand the implementation of the unbundling of all devolved functions and the requisite and constitutionally sanctioned resources to the counties. Number five, that the party supports calls for an intergenerational national conclave to deliberate on the issues affecting the nation with particular focus on youth agenda and agree on a way forward. Number six, that the party will continue with grassroots elections and programs for the ODM at 20 celebrations as part of the process of regeneration, reorganization, and internal strengthening. Lastly, that while members arrived here with different viewpoints on many issues within the party and the country, the committee has succeeded in brokering an unbreakable unity of purpose in the party and a single-minded focus on ensuring that ODM continues to be a loyal servant of the people and the country, acting in the best interest of its supporters and nation and committed to the agenda of national transformation and stability. Lastly, we have been presented with a schedule of all upcoming
mwancho murigereria abanyaruka borokiwa abanyaruka abe skuru ya tabaka nigo obono banyarete gwikirana ase bunge ye senate ritukore igoro nabwo gukubwatia emeroberio ye senate eyemo ase eyemo ayega nigo anyarete gokorekana gusigwikaranirwa inse yoburai bo mo senator abwe county ya Kisii omoske Richard Onyonka bakubwatirana nabwo igo omo senator omochore SC Okenyuri.
Public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from Tabaka Girls Primary and Junior School in Kisii County. The delegation comprises 33 teachers and 168 students who are in the Senate for a one-day academic exposition. Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming guests to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate, on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me the opportunity to recognize the presence of Tabaka Girls Boarding School. Mr. Speaker, Tabaka Girls Boarding School is a Catholic school which comes from the constituency of South Mugirango. Historically, Tabaka has been a school of excellence in Kisii. They also do have a very big hospital in the same Tabaka place, and it's basically within the family of the Catholic Church. And girls, I wish you well. I'm happy that you're here. Mr. Speaker, where I'm standing, I'm not able to lift my head so that they can see me, but I'm sure they can hear my voice. I welcome you to this Senate. It's a place where you come and learn everything, and I'm happy that you've come here today. Now, Mr. Speaker, once mukishamaliza, I'll buy you a cup of tea. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I will welcome another leader in our delegation from Kisii County, a lady called Essie Okenyuri. You know her? Very, very, very highly talented and gifted lady. Essie, could you please say a few? Thank you.
Thank you, my senior Senator Onyonka. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to take this opportunity to welcome the girls to Senate under the stewardship of Sister Lillian. I also saw one of my colleagues in campus, that's Mr. Arthur Bells, a teacher in that school. Mr. Speaker, Tabaka, where this school is situated, actually has one of Kenya's strategic minerals, soapstone. So apart from that, they're also bringing up girls who are engaging in quality education. And because of whatever the girls are doing, even before they came in, he had an opportunity to engage them out there through Essie Okenyuri Nyaituga Foundation, and I gifted them. I wish you the very best, girls, as you go back. You can dream and go beyond what we are now. Thank you very much.
Moncho morigere otigara ase bunge yo ye senate ni gobono abaseneta banyarire gwetia umuswada obogocha kohene kiabuna mbachi gukora nande bikaro byabo kurwa isiko ya visi guse isiko ye bunge ye senate nekero bono banyarire gwetia umuswada okorabuna mbachi gukora bikaro byabo byomutinyo kianda kurwa ase county eri ya Busia iyo rachikoba entunda ya kane barabo korere bikarebyo isiko ya avisi.
The Constitution, and his main role as set out at Article 96 is to represent, serve and protect the interests of the counties and their governments. Further, aware of the critical role that the Senate plays in the interlinkage between the national and county levels of government and the need to enhance the interaction between the Senate and the county governments as a means of bringing the Senate closer to the counties and the general public, acknowledging the successes made during the sittings of the Senate outside Nairobi, held in Uasin Gishu, Kitui, and Turkana counties in September 2018, 2019, and 2023, respectively. Further, acknowledging the recommendation of the Senate Business Committee that a sitting of the Senate be held away from the traditional premises in Parliament buildings, Nairobi, during the term of the 13th Parliament, and the subsequent resolution of the Senate made on the 8th of March 2023 to hold plenary and committee sittings in the counties for a one-week period within the month of September in every session of the 4th Senate, except during the election year, with the objective to do the following. 1, promote the role and work of the Senate and enhance public awareness regarding the business of the Senate and Parliament in general. Highlight existing and new opportunities for engagement in the legislative process. Develop and strengthen partnerships at the county level of government, and provide an opportunity to members and staff of the county assemblies to learn and share best practices with senators and parliamentary officers. Now, therefore, pursuant to Article 126(1) of the Constitution, the Senate resolved to hold its plenary and committee sittings in Busia County from the 6th to the 10th of October 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
wanchumuligire asengane yo yebunge Senate noto gocha gukora ensemo yikiunga tinsa chiabono mambi no chinga chabutukire chitage kaisato igoro ya ensa emo ye mambi iga korende eti mwenene nere yanyare kubukana into asibire biga buna bono Stephen Nyabera gotabukora chinsemo cha Kiligoris agotabono tore ime yomoroberio eli mwache alivyo agotaba pamoja hadi etamati no nyataravika chinsemo chiria abwatitio murobere okorwa nabo igo Nebat Anyenda Mugorgor agoteba Nimo biamono sana on Victor Omondo Mienda agoteba following arinigo agoteba represent korochinse mocha Kilimani tuko pamoja hadi tamati. Adrian Simam kemunto agoteba kororo boti nyatieko nere Ruth kemunto bwakire bya sana Victor Mondo Mienda nanda koira agoteba tionde in nabo Elijah B Ken agoteba from Kisumu County bwakire bya mwanya getinge tuko pamoja biamono sana kwani abantu ba Kisumu iyo ndio kamite korwa chinze mojiringa idienade timiti na nyena ki egokwanwa lakini rene tali mangana bakwani ngabo akire ase omuntu abo kwani abantu ba Kisumu batengana bo pagotion ene banyare goswa ime Getembe TV na kusanga na into Alex Mauti agotabukoro Kisii County nonde ime yomoroberio amona David Mauti nyakweba Victor Nyoki nera otabukoro Nyangusu buki nami village rigena niko ako akilisha abantu bechinsemecho korende nekironda chikoira nantoche gusanga amange na boigo ntorigerere bonsi bali banyare goswa ime yomoroberi ase chinga kichiga cyabona wambi korende ase egekerebosio niko turachiko genda gusanga igati yali akorekanire igati yali anyare wateka ayalinge asensemo ikiunga narari aturengite buna omogusi na boigo ntonyare kurigereria narari ari amaneke ima ase gazeti chiritiko ria rero kende gutigara ime yo muroberi wega ekero tonyora chinsemo cha Facebook buna Getembe TV na boigo chinsemo cha YouTube buna Getembe TV.
Superstores nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills eyuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati enda usialia utagete showroom ya Etwani go enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokiriso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati yiga ntobwate etime tembo abo bagokora mirimo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebererie kende kensi uragania bagotebererie company ya mabati Rolling Mills iko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unamono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asime babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emeronge tato asama mabati ali aye chigage emeronge bere na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile grows na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana Roman Jinko na wigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia Chaco Grey, Brick Red, Tile Red, Maroon, Sky Blue na wigo na green. Obutambe bwe mabwate liga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi wigo ebyo ochikunyara kwabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabati liga ase nyumba yao. Tutari lero ase Ouru MRM showroom onyare kwabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya sigika ayo uchanye warrant na wigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango edukenyiga ya Ouru Superstores yegotoka se nyumba ya Ouru Complex imeyumucho yigo busongo iyo irangene duka ya Safaricom wigo ngotoka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ire angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera ase namba chabo 0111161500. Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Asigika kimyaka 49 ebenki ya Kenya pamoja sako yabere n'umugusi negukinya umugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase kinse mu buno savings loans obosemi bwo gutumika chibesam na diaspora savings ase bari kinse chimaiko ase wa Kenya pamoja sako yabere osira okonene ase abaremi ebyumbe chiskuru chikumpane ao abarikire abaritayire basibaliensemo ya pension boyko abonchereria ibotani na Wakenya pamoja sako iyo nyore obukureri ubuya ase kinse muna obosemigoro y'ubutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon muna development loans, school fees loans, emergency loans, ebyumbe business loans, salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygon korantura muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo wa Kenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kerie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange batarechi abisichabo chire asungu chubusungu kahawa house raja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik siba kiresi miasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototare website yetu www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa Isako Mwenga umosio wa Kenya pamoja sako. Sako ya Wakenya pamoja ni sake kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigokora savings wonko wake rabia isoko chora Wakenya pamoja sako kuna financial institution yao tobwate chibranchi chito ikomina chire within usi wanaintu tora rogo konyo mugusi soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosebwa ase sake ese wali batala join please nchubwango mo join tukini esako yito bagusi yito esa magendo Wakenya pamoja you our concern.
Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero ili wimanyibu na mangana watika kira chingake ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe ao ngakiende yonse inyuranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video chito wigo share na basani amuni amate ejo baigokie wemanye na wesemia tobase kweba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere edio onyari kobagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase umtandao Getembe Television Network ekenakyo ekeunga kiamamogusie. Gusie bono na bukwego kia aso gusonja etibi ya uwanje tia Getembe Television Network wetera Zuku Satellite channel number 038 egoki nimirulu ao ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuri miensi ya Kenya, ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Wikanonya, Zambia. Egulere edekoda ya Zuku chinga kichiga chemereka je Christmas amono guchingira ku mwaka muya ili wego kinemirulu yitu ao inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase Zuku Satellite channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeunga kia Momogusi. Eduka ya womo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere e company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi meyense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira soko raisia ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ejo boyiko chire chechi brand ao ejo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwata chirangi cyo wakwa imeye nyumba iziko ya nyumba chire chikomentera nigwa amavuta yani oil na buigo chiriya chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati wekariguri iriya bantabati buigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wekabunuraganye gwochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero elibwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chebiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eyuerange neduka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500. Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Ine kwabeire gukorera asenga kintambe guse nigo kwarwalire na gusalia endibo enyinge bono tokwa omoyo inyagitali ya Walfit Health Centers nero lichibuliao nyuranga nonyorobu wenia bwa maruire amange abuna amaruire yesukali amaruire yenda amaruire yomogongo na yande amange.
We call your prostate no borwere bwasumbuira abagakenga abagaka sana bwe sukari, what we call the genesis of diabetes. Ngaki borwere bwe sukari bo somo bero goime hypertension no borwere kera manyinga kogenda igure somo bero. Walfit itosomete chinchereza tojokorwa ya marwaire enchede ntangani itosomete ngendo nga conventional medicine, yani unyagitali obwa kawaida itosomete ngendo nga nutritional medicine. Nutritional medicine na marioga aliakurwese endagera ya ito ya kawaida. Kwa mfano we have ntubiko amino acids, ntubwate fatty acids, ntubwate vitamins na kadhalika. Bigo tumeka esokorwa ya marwaire nchirende yagata tosomerete neka tugutumia international herbal medicine tugutumia marioga akurwese mete twarwa ya marwaire. Igao muchito bosongo monene ntubwate clinic yeito ase nyumba ya Uhuru Plaza. Uhuru Plaza noerega iga marikiti guys wako ninyama kwali na iguru wacho bake goroba ya gatatu room 307A. Ntubwate branch mu Eldoret ase nyumba ya Kogo Plaza first floor room 2.
Walfit Health Centers umusaniogo asamarwaire minyoka.
ne nogani gukorerwa live streaming ase chipejo cha social media cha Getembe nubwate imisangirikano ya gisiasha, amatanga, chinyangi, chibirthday, misangirikano yechikanisa, baby shower, anniversaries gose ekinyuru kinyumo, inyangi busuko kwa kuyomino, imijiga ao bunabono housewarming parties, engagement parties egatie binde bige bono Getembe Television Network nero ego kwayega ashirigoririo gutugutera ninchwe omurikirwe ye masege munaba manyi baitabo bare no bamanyi baigura igetibye tibwate signal ere enkongo iyigwikira abantu bange asubunge asamange onye kuganitie omurikirwe nabukulika jumbenge wigogwitira semeria WhatsApp gushigu ya Kisii migwitira namba 0741499726.
Hazina Siri Event Services ne company ya Chinkuma asogo kwa obokoreri ase chinse mobuna corporate event roadshow chinyange amatanga anniversary na yenda mange mnabono photography videography live stream ne coverage na yende amange kurubare obokoreri ase tent ebirogo decoration lighting carpet na sound batarere ase koroba ya Ouru Towers somo chobosungu angena AM Taylor samange ba kresimia namba 0721217817 Hazina Siri Events. This is a surety.
Superstores nero eduka asorgo ngurigarwa South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati rolling mills eyuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati enda usialia utagete showroom ya Etwani go engale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokiriso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team tembo abo bagokolemiremo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo chotebererie kende kensi uragania bagotebererie company ya mabati rolling mills iko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao bunamono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibego babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emerongetato asama mabati alia yechigece merongibire na isaro na isato mbabwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na buigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na buigo web design mbabwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chako gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na buigo na green ubutambe bwa mabwate yiga niko bokorengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi buigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabwate yiga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase Ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabwate yu akomenya sigika ayo uchanye warrant na buigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango eduke yiga ya Ouru Superstores yegotoka se enyumba ya Ouru Complex imeyumucho yigo busongo eyuerange neduka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotoka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere ange nebengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simigwetera se chinamba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
asegeka k'emyaka 49 ebenki ya Kenya pamoja sako yabere n'omugusi negukinya omugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase chinsemo buno savings loans obosemi bugutumika chibesam na diaspora savings ase bali chinse chimaiko ase wa Kenya pamoja sako yabere ogosira okonene ase abalemi ebyumbe chiskuru chikampani ao abarikire abaritayire basibali ensemo ya pension boygo abonjereria ibotani na Wakenya pamoja sako iliyonyore obukoreri ubuya ase chinsemo buna obosemiguru y'ubutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon buna development loans, school fees loans, emergency loans, ebyumbe business loans, salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygo nkorantura muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo wa Kenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kerie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange batarechi abisichabo chire asumu chubusungu kahawa house raja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik siba kiresi miasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototare website yetu www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa Isako Mwenga CEO wa Kenya pamoja sako. Sako ya Wakenya pamoja ni sake kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigokora savings wonko wake rabia isoko chora Wakenya pamoja sako kuna financial institution yao tobwate chibranchi chito ikomina chire within usi wana intu tora rogo konyo mugusi soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosebwa ase sake ese wali batala join please nchubwango mo join tukini esako yito na gusi yito esa magendo Wakenya pamoja you our concern.
Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero ili wimanye na mangana watika kira chingake ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe ao ngakiende yonse inyuranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video chito boigo share na basani amune amate ejo baigokie wemanye na wesemia tobase kweba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere ejo onyariko bagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase umtandao Getembe Television Network ekinakyo ekeunga kiamamogusie. Gusie bono na bukwegokia aso gusonja etibi ya wanje tia Getembe Television Network wetera zuku satellite channel number 038 egoki nimrulu ao ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuli miensi ya Kenya ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Wikanonya, Zambia egulere edekoda ya zuku chinga kichiga chemereka je Christmas ama no guchingira ku mwaka muya iliwego kinemrulu yetu ao inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase zuku satellite channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeunga kiamamogusie.
Etwani yabugire Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege.
Karibu sana ndio mwancho muligere kero togendete no murubire wiga abwetwane ya Getembe na kero twasire asense moyende tocha kurigereria narali ari agendete watika narali agendete gukoreka na ase chinsemo na kubwa muno ase chigazeti chiritko oria rero na abuna botambe hondenere ereka buga na boigo mienda sam 001 rero koreria ko ria konyorake
Daya na diro diro ga ntagete kweli bageli okwanya bantono sia swara simambia bon na ndembari gani ya sense mu chigazeti yes
bien sana abuga
and Mishla the CEO ya made ill and then in the name of God I'm innocent that I traffic organs so he's innocent
tare koni bimo nyagitari yae kusera tata nireto koni wakwe ebimo
but from now in the government ukwana ngezi mbabwa some evidence bidu kono byali ngorwaro then you mission
kidini
and nataka na innocent then Kenyans could be innocent too.
Wow. Vya sana. Mienda utarike yamo chikono kurengana muna narorera se mitandao epa wate aneritko okay tinte tu kubulusa bwate girlfriend ndete kubulusa no na relationship lakini ngento bagota banige kare girlfriend a day mambiro kalitigalite umusani hamaga ndevi amangana girlfriends day aguchigocha onyo muntu tokire ogorire jezi lakini ande jezi yeko agorire tebasa koba ya less 500 abasanga hii.
So you see, number one, for me, what I understand about a girlfriend, I have many of them. A girlfriend is a girl who is your friend. I think that is what I think about being a girlfriend. A boyfriend, no mumura, no rumosani.
Yes.
Maybe now, maybe if there's something beyond there,
ababako ba appreciated ritukeri gabona
abako ba appreciated no is it a must to be appreciated? It is somebody's wishing na who appreciate might be don't be watch from a personal level like one inchenta banga go appreciating it is not something that I'm forced or saying that's mishira. It is not a necessity. It's only something, today's girlfriend's day, let me take someone for lunch. Or maybe more something else apart from being a girlfriend. Your girlfriend. So, if the dictate the other girlfriend's day, I was only about a was bad. If I decide to go around the just
Ejezi nayo kugolero singinje IPL ngoiranere. Tima tinga kwagorero ya Ekevest kia Manchester United.
So those girlfriends including you are part of the team because you are a girl and you are my friend.
Metesa wote abanga kiro montore muswati onde bwense oro musani o akugorere igomire tikana bogotwara jezi no wikemia.
Yeah, it's the limitation.
Akibone nyarika.
Lakini out of abobate baranya bakubata tuiga. That's what I want to be.
Nande muabikire bakali goringonye kiri echimisa no gochance ngeyu mutumba
mutagete. No, I'll accept anything. We are 50 bob as long as you're in here, I'll accept. As long as Nigeria Manchester United. All in all, by the are you aware I need to go and say oh on the not everything that's true. In the name of according to him. Out of one is the name of the same same day too. That is my birthday. 2nd of August.
Tori na bahati iko enaikia unakoibuire upo tukobo. Timeti ndeli uko tukoiburwa ensi taraera anyway.
Preston ano chinde kanisa nande ibe ngobikora in ebikeyo. I want to believe in about it. To onyaranga no nyasaye obisibi yere ndili bikongo.
Anyway, ndeto so ana mangana ya ebibe binani nebike abuga Niwe tamangana ande naboko ligererika bombi. Mangana na girlfriend's day, mangana yechi Jesse.
Girlfriend's day is not meant for boyfriend, for a boy and a guy. It's meant for either sisters or the close female friend. Or some mana no misekoi. It's called girlfriends. Those female people, right? So
Hali tukulia basubati.
Yes. Bakashare bond get. Na motore welfare. Yes, but young 15 to 20. Mama kwenda mwego chayo se coffee asikete munyu. You call the girlfriends day you share. One ya same ya boy girl. You go lovers day. You think you're a kind, but your girlfriend. Mama ni musiko mindo, ose sister nene musipati mwabo, ose mukana musiko mwabo. Ose mama na mukane, na wakana wego ile chaibanyi. Ndo taito kore kende gyas. Kora gole, gora ba echi basakina mwego ile. Kali ngobale tuba gole. You want to take over girlfriends di. There's something they want to discuss out of their bond. If we go tenga, yeah, you can get to share in common. Yes.
Mbia muno. Na nekiro tukuri igeso kukyo mugusi. Tumite ose mwanya orire engane iganga community na ndegisa kwekigangira senseli ya Tanzania.
Mugusi.
Yes. Kisii community. Nira sensi ya Tanzania lakini kiro tukurigereria omubaro babagusi bali mensi ya Tanzania kose timite ose nekenyoro nigo bara ange abantu chimisano iga weka chimisano na ibere lakini even other friend olikura sensi ya Tanzania kambuli bado abagusi bado mbale Kenya so nare familia nabagusi bali mensi ya Tanzania.
For me I think abagusi tore Bantus are also Swahili, Tanzania, those are Bantus by the even Uganda, state the Bantus were over each sana, and I will see Bantus. Another thing, fact, maybe ever going to reach almost no more to by the way. I want to tell you, Nasnara, and you think like maybe talking about Musi, like you know, including Tanzania, Uganda, by Chilesan, anywhere. Paka South Sudan, paka Chinsemo au enjibwato musi go musi no mo so focused in a way that nanje te ko invest sana isuko asana na ngelo mo takatebanga mo in fact no mo pastor ko andi karango kwanza karango cha mambi igoro mambi agata mo ma te ngendo karapa kusiba invest this komono leasing njege ndike bakoroka ngoboroki bako banga bako investing ka ngo itubali that's why bakusiba banga banya bakote Bali chisiko, bali was outside Kisii. I was thinking like, it can it be true? I know it's called Machkoranga. I come my everything karo.
Yes.
So I'm the Barbata Chanalinka in the name of maybe Nko Korbari some chemistry. In the name of Oboro. So I want to believe in Nanavan Valkera by the way. Handing large numbers. Get up Nasuna Kajaro by the way, Navera, San Kitangala. Kitangala by the way, it's full of Musi. And I'm going, which is in Nakuru, Tembu, any place in Nakuru. Tanzania is not exceptional. And what I'm knowing as an
igase Tanzania neli naki tali bachiete komenya aroro lekine aga community gite karoro buna wenyo ole tore gusiga iga tali nga buna bachiete komenya buna baiga bamenyete bachire chitaoni bono bachire babekire bisako bya bororo nga nandi bagukwanike gusi
True, even the Maasai are in Tanzania. And you find out even the Luos are in there still.
Yes.
But there are community. So, nearly very possible, by the way. And I think out of
I feel like nga kero kende kero mugusiare go chase orugungoro igarwa East Africa. Mbale kumanya umupaka wa Tanzania no yo Kenya. Ona abantu bachitikiro montake bwatereke ginga. Ona kero ka territory chigachigo chakobiku nge Tanzania ye Kenya. Umuntu tari guca kumanga Kenya ole Tanzania yo nda Kenya ora gusi. Anyway, abuga. Ase umugusi go kutoka abagusi bari asense ngima nigo bari a close to 3.7 billion asense ngima. Lakini ase mocha mwako nda chikura kanyaranga mbaye bakuma chigocherere milioni ya.
Kisii votes and Nyamira votes. Assuming they 1.2 million. Nyamira they could be around 400, Kisii around 600. That's 1.2. The challenge is abantu mbaro gusi yes. but duye vari zinga vantu vale amashamba Rift Valley tia states imai nearly close to 80% n'abagusi, and there are so many abantu mababere gari kuti kuwesta ka monta kulinga beta amashamba for 20-25 years. Ontaringa machine chiato tanga bayana ne Kenya tanga bange mbayana tukoche kusiga but the idea utoba kusi kwa ramati yanga the United States crest yakagenda konyo ali meeting yaba kusianga 500. So you've calculated the number of states here in America times the number 500. How is in a bank risk? One yaba kusi they are leaving for Australia, Germany, the ones in the medical field, either Canada, Germany or Australia. Yes, most nurses one yaba in Australia or Canada, but bank sana. I even see one of the YouTube channels online. And as get the entice about China's chicken in Canada. But at the moment, Canada is taking a tabasigar, Monto as a police officer, but I'm not traffic marshals in Canada. But Abagusi, now bank. You go to any part of this country and on a petrol station. Montabanda, Pamba, Maftan, Abagusi. Kogato, Kochi, security guards, so they are cross border. Either outside the country or in Kenya. Kenya wale Tanzania we have been doing wale Tanzania bank the tribes we share from Kenya and Tanzania. Na bakera. Na Maasai. But the Omugusi I hope one day invest your rondore aki bago pa.
Rote na bwate friend ogonte vinga ntobwate gisakwekyo na ndeba ukwanike gusi. Ono ne linga kiro kenduranyoleke usigeito bose bakwanike usikinge kyabakuri.
Ameta Burundian. Kwa nini biko town kama nta Burundi squeeze baje town ni kaba kwa ni biko wange sana.
Ekawa.
Burundian. And devinga ega sa ko Burundi ne it was a proper attendant ya mafuta as a filling station. Saka ndiko manya mafuta ayu no mugusi ko nyamaji. Burundi.
Mugusi by the way is everywhere. I can tell you. Mugusi is everywhere.
Proga manera gandenga na matike usike ke na the idea ate gusi ate Kenya. Iga ate ko tale na mdosi ya Kenya. So when he came guys okay, usina Kenya nensingia. So you went back at Tabanga. When you make money from Kenya, you send the money back to Burundi.
Abako bachitajiri guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that karanga tira saka kanuga nechinga rent cake. Because it is paid by the rates cha Burundi. Karatigache Kenya kagacha usi. So we Kenya kabate bikoroto tita paying 30. Abion within 1 week. The 30 plus within 1 week. Abion under minimum of 1,000 each. That's 30,000. You transfer the money to Burundi, you get close to something like 50 to 70,000. So you invest that money the other side. So when talk about ragaiga, when they get open shoes, they think like.
So
yeah. So for him, he says that the country of Burundi, Busi is more developed. Kisii town is even more developed.
Economy agaiga ni gerigoro.
Not even the economy in terms of infrastructure.
Yes.
At Kisii town, they come to Kisii Varanga, they're in their capital city.
Oh, I get the point. Yani,
nonyeze ya Zimbabwe, rocha nonyeze Zimbabwe. Ena tebetigunga inchiriga okurigera bunaba sai mensi ya Kenya babwate freedom social media kirase. Kosomo ntako genda nonye obukatagati bwitaone ndio so record kende gyonse. Chinse echiro buna Zimbabwe, to obosiporo obumboyo.
Why you went to Zimbabwe? So you start from when the man Uganda and Rwanda. Freedom we enjoy in Kenya.
There are some places by there that are going to enjoy. And again, again, Burundi, that even the capital city of Burundi, which is supposed to be developed, will see more better off than
Bujumbura.
Than that place. You see, Kenya ntubwate nema gete. Kenya we are among
some
of the countries.
Korate banga ne sukete bosio. Kenya netangine especially krokoli chinsi cha.
Utatiga bono tro chicken to go chikiabe kong nearing the more developed, the more expectation of chiko koraki chiko nya comment. Umuntu narora Kenya gaiga and in the US the expectation is different. Igate the corner heaven in earth. Igate the corner ranger gete. Okay. Aba America aba menyataro na baragu expectation sinjira bwate nga we could have done better than this. Remember yesterday to kwa negori chiro ya the marketplace. Inchira mwano chiaga and you see you try like gangusi and we seem to be developing. How comes we having this structure ga? You see the expectation siko chiko nya comment. Bono na benge maybe no na yo and then say in America we believe in no what chibesa kero bocha that money that value of that money erego cha Kenya correct. I comment you see you are just sending maybe $10. That's roughly $10K. $10.
Times 130.
That is around that place, correct? The same way to Burundi. Live around Burundians. The watu wana Rwanda, aba Rwanda wana waichiri. Aya inchi wana aba Congo. The Congolese. Congolese, they are in Kenya, by the way. Especially as an arna manyeta kitengela. As an arrow yamanya kind of na Congo, like specifically na aba Congo.
Naka wangware ne bwate Congo, tinani wikorinde, lakini ngwe gusana ne bwate Congo.
Aba Congo mbara, abantu bagotonera ibikoro tebiga. Actually they are the Rwandans, Burundians, ekawa. Naro ya muka chabo tukolitoro.
Ekawa bangi buna umuchi Nairobi. Okonyoranga abangi nigo bari croissance ya Burundi. Umeto tori komanya. Abo kume mondo mote mokwane Kiswahili muri kuigwana via. Uchi gutuma besikoma kunyoriri itarindiri itambe sana. Amata mareta matambe sana, lakini kiroko yaligere nigara yeke bantu na boko lisoma.
Na royo mo ongonerie bikoro tonga chigotuma lieta. Injendiri ebi konsana.
Tari mangana. Abusi wate banga wate ba $10. Icho chirange eriwe mona 300. Timitose mostly kero konyoro montako bore ichai was near $20. Icho change 2,000 and something. Ichiko ba nyinge mo
$100 na chio cross the 10 kegoche.
Na chichiko genda chipesa chinyinga hake. Okay. Yes. Abuga abono yatoka ngomo gusio yoiga. Kero kendo otoka me buna abono ka wangware. Ndufata bagusiba ndi bari mu mucyo nari bakore mirimo. Lakini bono bagenda babeke kenyenga ekenyuwa asinali bakare ko engera. Echanga buneri unechangeli kobe kugusia se binyoro. Kanyora ngumuchigete go se tawo nigete. Asinali babegete bisoero bantu bakogenda bachikonyora. Bono wasinyo na kero kendo mugusia kero kogenda ense chinse chesko kodara kokora magendero. Asa mungana buna yechanga nero boronga kogendereria biasara bifara.
Talinga bagusiba kanajo kana sechanga. Kire comment ne bate I think
Kenyuwa kiabo.
Ntu ne kenyuwa secret code yao. There's a place I normally social present that na sanimane. Owned by Mount from Rift Valley. Now in the evening when you sit there doing coffee and tea, you realize like 90% are the kind of store.
Mursik.
They are from the Rift Valley part of the country. I was in Bali Bank. Metra and Doro because Musanyo wa and Doro. Uko Rift Valley. Ose you feel like now no save all. So now this secret when tabange mbali ukwa. Hata kama don't speak about it. But you mo see jini kimbele mbele manini. Akanda zikete. Kwa rago tega kasini ni next for the morning. Mo gusi mo kombo next door. Weka go tega kandoro. So mwanza kuchimba na mweka banyenga it's even an image of what leadership ya gusiere. Bantu bali ngomo bise secretary no colleague ntaka moiga ni ngumu akonsa. So Kenyuwa is a if you go to maybe even in Kakamega you'll find somewhere iga and work on music. Look at Kisii iga ase mirai kon. Have you ever had them mumeru kwa ase mirai kon? But they'll come pagode again. Aliwaso njemo gusini aro kulie miraro no. Arojenga nege ntukiamana sana bona ko. Koro akonye limne ndaga. Ntu nanza no mumeru ara.
Tamanye tingi eko kere ekoliego.
Tamanye kere ekoliego. Mwanda kono people have no ninge changano yo mugusi. But you cannot compare the quality of echange kon mugusi. When you compare echange kon min kaongare na iro. Kaongare ni nyingi. But there's a street in Kericho by the Kericho and I've visited Kericho town several. Ka street in Karonga ka kon echanga. Okay, kama monto kon no mugusi. Between 50 to 60% of month wako nyoro na bagusi wako. Abande wako tuku wako kwa na Canadians. But they know chano mugusi wako. You have been tagged that idea nga echanga no mugusi wako wasi. Chano mugusi wako ni wako. But other comments could be doing more this to be than mugusi. So talinga no mugusi wako ndanga ji hata itakumanyikana nini kimbele tu like no mugusi. You know the way mugusi wako.
Ande bachi kutangasa na mpaka yale tiri talive.
You can get mugusi urute gusi kana ya Mombasa. You can tell ka kwa ne Kiswahili manye ngono mugusi. The kuege language y'umuntu natakantike atanyari. So talinga baka ndabanye kubuka baka ndabanya kuyorokinga. Notoliga. That's why it's easier even in 2007 even 1992. Kero Kenya torete maningete kete Kenya. It was so easy to target mugusi. Kalo. Kuzina manika ina asentike asamenyete.
Bea wana sana. na Obaigwa nkagirite buna butoko rarigere na rari ase chigazeti lakini ndo chigasiasa nerire nyingi sana ana mona bune gazeti ya The Standard nekiro ego chako sasi obosio we page ntakanikege manige gota mortgaging Kenyans ebwate ebicha yayo mwaziri w'ekigancha serikali gota auctioned future as a President William Ruto's government rolls out a controversial securitization model to fast-track infrastructure. Experts warn it's a financial time bomb, borrowing against future taxes, bypassing parliament and risking constitutional breach. Omugano yo ore ase page ya kane nekirobono egukwana magana ayebango magana yo crosswa gose ya amagendero au ime yense ya Kenya ngano nyumura ibwense kagotema kwene kia buna nigo ara nyare kwango ya gose ko kwayiriria amagendero gwikiraniwa nigo bono ekorokana ya nyarire gose kogenda amaminja no kugania kwa Kenya gose amaminja nelichiko government's use of taxes as a collateral could sink the country ngabono asibali bamanyikana tebuna experts about apana kirokene njere serikali gotema kwayiriria amangana yaiga ya magendero gwetera sogwakania abakenya bangeri goro mono nigera chikwirira ense ya Kenya kugwa ase gose kugwa kiuchumi page ya kanenere bwate mugano yose nshara ngikerano ine gazeti ya The Standard na Obaigwa ndo bwate ngano yo maikane tuna Stephen Munyako
story ya kwende ya mbad not ya Standard. I will be getting the claimant your budget when the fiscal expense the country yake.
Wanega?
Hamjari kimdanya kwa giwo. Chacha tumekabobe, chacha caption injio nini. Who's giving us the clear figure? No kama na inji the clear figure of what's happening.
Do you even know ngaki ebango ya tena kiengani?
Not even taxes actually. Because people will be talking about taxes. But you ask yourself, when do you pay taxes the last time? Like Kenya, some. You're going to tax your money. From even what you are earning, from what you are buying in the streets. When did you pay taxes the last time? I can't paying taxes. Because, like KRA is saying, avec a remit of what they're supposed to correct as a country from KRA now. They don't even eat 80% loss of 20%. And remember, in the second asset, that's a family setup. Not about get 100,000, you can have another fee. But income, at the end of the month, aina mukao za no mugako is less than 50k. So how do you cover this other money? Either you borrow or you go side hustle and you can take on your income. But now you remember you don't have this side hustle on the what capital chakra. It's a business. Already you got take up as well.
Okugane kwa tokunyara wikirani.
Like now Kenya got what the national government is receiving from the assets check. It's almost 3.5 trillion. Now, what the government is paying in terms of debts, the interest, is almost half of this money. Now, if you are paying 3.5 from the exchequer, that's trillion, you are paying debt sum, 1.6 trillion. So how much are you remaining with 1.5? What is the current budget education in this country? Like now, this financial year, it's almost 37 billion. That's billion. What is the budget your health sector? What's agriculture, all those things in India. Now you get to a government that instead of spending for development, what you are earning, what you are getting from the exchequer, you are cannot just pay money. And then still.
Yes.
Now this is the government, now what they are doing what you call domestic borrowing. But now domestic borrowing is still never the caps. Now what Mbadi is telling the Kenyans, even parliament, now go cross-check. Moko set aside for education in this country. Take what check it. Now calculate the number of students in the school. Is the money enough? Now the documents are the data is clear, the documents are there. How much did the exchequer give to education? How can I say? But is giving you a clear picture of what's happening in this country. But because when Kenya kero montaro mojuaji.
Nande siasa nyingi. Na kikeri no nyomo waziri wechisemi moske ogamba arengi kwa rabuna serikali teke chibesa chiko so ase mangana yechisemi. Chibesa chiri cha bwatu kuto cha sechisemi nelinga nchigo isana na borokyo mo barobwa borokyo mente kan especially ase bari secondary school ese nginchobone ga junior secondary neraro na boigo aborokiwa bali abakuru bararo bono mubaro ni government kanete lakini chibesa chigo so ase
It's almost the same amount kero mwakanya kwenda.
Yes.
But you see now, if you are crippling the health sector, what about the education sector? And now look at the quality of education that people are getting. Kuna bona iga, ngati principal chara kisha school, matema kwa mapema, maybe sila patela school mapema because there's no capitation. Now what will happen? The remaining almost 6,000 children to come term way, gitalipwa next term. So next term schools want to get money for next term. So again you are calling the debt to next year. And you see this thing started in 2013. The debt continues from 2013. Look at one day. I've given an example of a family level. Like you keep on incurring your day. So go to carry yours. Yeah, what's the sky? We can imagine chumbitejo. You still go and borrow. What you are borrowing even is not even enough for consumption in the house. So what happens again? Not even nevesa. You move to another shop.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you have borrowed Keromondo, domestically.
So what's our fuliza? What can I read?
What's what you freeze up?
And another thing, maybe into Navararia, Navantavandavara of interest, what might Tamangana. Actually, Abanta Kenya Bank, they lack information, Yokomanyanga, how this thing is working. The only thing they know is a recurring name, that is it. So nothing is good. Kero the Umuibori, Eretama Tinga. Maybe abanafunzi ba mente kanire sa sekuruniga maybe abolire. The only thing I think ki serikali ya Ruto yarusi chibesa. So I think that's why even I saw some people demonstrating igoroye para. They are not even aware epare who is supposed to be kwenye Russia. Umuntu manya bocha kali otabanga ntubwate kera ntubwate kura ntubwate with the county government. People don't understand these things. The only way Montora is kuru as MS, it's only that civic education. Unabono by the umswada nare nominated senator Etwani begete or civic education. They have and basomi kumanya ki responsibilities ya kiro muntu as serikali nererie. How is the county government run? How is the government run? Na hichi basi government chiko at what point maybe it forces you to borrow because na mtu akwana tari ndetoka tabanga umoske umoraiwense umoske William Ruto na bara ende China just to for a tour or whatever. Lakini what is the implication from Kenyans? Ne deni acho correct? Ne deni acho koli. So sometimes Kenyans are so misled. Babu at information how this exchequer was money chiko soka and how is the funding the government comes about. The only thing they know is serikali nembe serikali ya tokongirio.
Actually nande kina kintu kyo cha gukora kero kene kyo chikia kora ba Kenya ke siasa kia iroko nyoranga ko igwo muraige totebire nyagete no mobe kose kwarigererie ebintu serikali ewetu kwarigere gusena ase amatangazo bunabono ase umba choborali watebanga umuraibense okori yekeneke igo no mobe uno kwaranga abantu bachire egento bagotera umuntu natene nakwande egento kinge cho unabono ekero tukurigire gati abarai bari emeke amagia ODM unabono muske John Mbadi bari basoire me serikali ebintu mbere barate no gukwana birobo ene lakini singinchaba Kenya bangi bautanga bali no kogenda kwenyorera ribagaroro usinigo bachite kuragira kanyoranga umuntu takotaka gutegera kindi yonso yago kwana kiara metinga oyiga iki ari kurigio kenyorira bono no enchira yoko bakurigi yoko nyagotome.
And by the those standards you were set by this political class by the one I want to ask you Matildah. Njabuna na kinaiga naika around the chi totavono obo manywana mono ku 2013 gutiraga nari nchagete kurigereria ebintu ngakibira sense ya Kenya kurengana ne myaka yana. Look at the current president you having this country, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Kero monda kwa Dr. William Samoei Ruto oyenda bona ko ne class ya grade 6 grade 4 in schools okwane William Ruto. What not even one time. Inki go cha so motubu mwanoli William Ruto apana William Ruto no mwebi. The profiling William Ruto haetwe na the political class, it is all that igaro mokurumi. The reputation ya igaro mokurumi, kurwa maremo,
na temo korobi.
Anything.
Yes.
That is why you are seeing in this country, morayo ndipo we are associated na William Ruto, we tend kumanyanga no mokurumi because that is the profile that we have. Wojo mga Raila Odinga. Yeah, I remember William Ruto, the current president, who is a wonderful brother, who are now they are working together. Anangoa reli, sijui yeye ni muganga, si yeye ni mchawi. You are feeding Kenyans. Abantu mbara batarenga nge siasa. Abantu mbara abana mbara bakina. They are saying na Montoyo, maybe the way maybe the president is talking about. So the political class andake nere abekire Kenya in this mess kwa sababu of profiling leaders abayana ande baro erega what about Tutuare, another different person or very profiled in a way. What is the implication of Kenyans? Like umuntu nabare the way abantu bakote. So in Kenya, for you to advance in your politics, lazima ube komuntabe devil.
Orora kana ko bumia.
Ayoro kana ko bari like kumube kabe devil. Ayoro kane go shine. So that profiling andake ndo chinga nere ko make this country ya William Ruto ororo kane ko profile in a manner that yani even if there's something good he can talk about kende nkiyo kirikia obo bebori ko bokoro kana bonge wetani ubu yabuya. Yes.
Sorry, not even profiling. We have a government that is
yeah.
A good percentage of Kenyans are actually school. The number of the youths going to the streets are hungry. They either graduates or they incumbents or they are done with their phone. And by the time now you ask this common youth on the street, what's the debt in the country in 2025, 2026? It's close to the nation on the debt is going to country.
Debt 11.5 yetanire. Yes.
11 trillion. 11.5 trillion as a country. And it is almost between 8 to 10% from the last financial year. What does it mean? The government last year, when they work on this financial year,
yes.
Now, a country conversation like Nanya started it in Badi, the Treasury Cabinet Secretary. I'm going to country conversation about where as a country if you have an 11 point something trillion debt, how are you going to recover this money? Because you're already collapsing the basic services you have on Kenyans, which will eventually affect social equity through month. That the Kenyan once when you're achieving you will spend. If I will spend half of that money on your surface water get, you'll spend the whole amount to your surface water get. Now, this debt into going to next financial year. It will affect so many services, including school year 2027. What was the budget for IBC? That market school year 2027 closed at something billion.
Yes.
Now, this money was able to land each continent in this country. Assuming Kisii is getting around 13 billion, maybe 15 billion. Nyamira is getting, let's say 80 billion. How much is that? Nyamira is getting all that money. That's a budget run almost half of the Nyanza region HD devolution. Now, these debts will affect both county governments, the health sector, agriculture, all the national government projects will be affected. Now, what happens to these people doing this project? Project here, look at the like a project here, level 6 here, cancer center. It could be controlled organizations. All the structure is complete, but there's no money.
Very well equipped.
It's not even the budget. Now, we are told there's a budget for the cancer center here, almost 1 billion. Let's say 1 billion. Then the county government was supposed to fund some money. All the stall projects you are seeing in this country, it's all because there's no money to process the payments. We were in the cancer center the other day when Nani came there, the deputy, how do you call it? Deputy Felix Kosgei, head of public service deputy. He came there, he was asking the contractor, why can't you proceed with the project? That payment, you cannot proceed. All the raw materials that project, they are there. But they cannot proceed because the white person he doesn't want to incur the debts because that is sure they can work on. So imagine this is a contractor who is the government these mafundis will come for equipment because Mama is required. They come for it. Now we have stagnated projects across the country. Somebody is proposing even an idea that why can't we have a kind of conversation about Kenya currency body and Kenya? We cannot no longer fund
the reality.
A reality. So they're saying to Kenyans, by the time they get 2027, we will have sorted this crisis. Tomorrow in the next 2 years, services for the next 2 years. You save the crisis instead of punishing the current generation because already we are suffering because of the mistakes happened more than 10 years ago. What about if there is painful to us? What about the Abanabaito? Also about the youth, we're about to approach 18 years. Who was supposed to get employment also. if you are complaining about the employment level students, what will happen next?
Abana balechi school bone ngai ba chako.
Because ideally, we are getting into a blown out fiscal program in the country. Without schools cannot speak about it. Mama school now, school, they don't understand this issue. Because I was thinking about yesterday night, like what's happening in the country. Services are going down, they are not drugs. There was a meeting here in, I think, one of the counties, I think, in the North Rift, where the cabinet secretary for Interior had a meeting. So I don't know how the message got out, because such meetings, there's no recording, but the idea the message came out. That I was going to meeting, guys going to meeting, and the one also stood there at the Kipchumba Mulcom, this police station has never had tear gas for the last like 1 year. This police station, the word, there's police posts in that area, it's better as a guy, but this country has not employed police officers. This for 3 years, not 2 years. Almost for 3 years, so the same government is telling you have hospitals, but they CCTV, which police station? Station yane, tebat na estima.
Ngegyo ko beke CCTV.
Ko beke CCTV.
Anya no etia ga steko.
Kama thank God. In this region talk what? Mandamana. You can imagine what could have happened. Now how do you even trust most guys here? Acha kwa mu must come in. I'm in that cell. Tebat estima, tebat anything. Mo ntache ko tamba ne police station here, he'll do away with all firearms. Now that's the danger with the fiscal development when the party do whatever it is stagnated. Nothing is moving. But when you second take, common mwananji understand. At the Wandaman, another Sanji, there will be no services. But they do issue your capitation in school. Coopet and another they will not open schools if this man would have been raised. Now these are the people supposed to go and sit down, names of education. I wish like one day the cabinet secretary for education, I can answer Nambadi says for treasury, public statement they joined. Public data, this is a month we received, this is what we gave to schools. Because a common Kenyan is thinking like, we pay taxes. Because in the case of taxes, but how am I to understand this? Assuming we had an idea and they understand the one. So of criticizing body, a clever person should have gone a analysis of what this country has been going through. Otherwise, we'll be shocked. We have nothing.
Matilda, we lack information. People lack information. But my thing is, we have been having protests last time about Gen Z, the last year about the financial year. Of all the other how many people knew what exactly was in that budget and what was thinking money? How many people? It's only that a few lights budget thing I can take a neck of it. Then I was join the bandwagon. I could have wished it Kirmo, and this card in go cover Mandamano, Bolling in Kibono Quandamanera. I could have gotten in Chuquanamanera. It is because of A, B, C, D. That reality. Again, to Totabuati, ne reality by the way. Says bad bonega, Navara, one again, and which is true by the way. But because in Chennai, Navatora Manya, and there are some few, but but what about our mamas? What about what does she understand? What are we going to? What is she going to understand about how the government is run? The point is, go to Chibesa, Abaraya, Navabe, Abaraya, Bago Chibesa, Batagate Chingombe, Batagate, Batagate, Quanya, their self-interest, a chibek taken care of, and Amana Yakore. The same thing that the political class says. Junet said, one on to a very opposition mono, one it's our time to eat. What are you eating? Is it in terms of like you're a person, where I and I, so the words leaders sometimes they make this country and say maybe a corruption. I remember there's a data was the second in the whole world in terms of corruption. I've forgotten that. It has an implication to Kenyans, and that's why we have the picture. The Serikali is not working. A leader comes and tells us, in terms of on your self-interest, maybe. So The government really on us, and I wish that the omswado bekire na esio kenyuri na temetoko yorigere. If it works out by the way na ande over implement you see amachi
abantu banyore civic education
amachi konara Kenya itigwe na bunge but implementation era okora era kobenkong again to create and the people are fed told inga amana ngiye okoreka then we could have a safer country with information. Let me ask you, you are talking about the demonstrations. What are the position of our MCA? What have they done and told the other Kenyans reality nere? Na barabu novale, di jenzi ko bugoli bandera, nera take to gole ay and that one term, 2 term or whatever the chorus it is. But what are you doing you as a leader, kwa very elected? What is the information you can feed these children? I like the way Kelai was sairachi ta okobolia bantu wake tutu. Mwachire kuandamana. Mwasari di montegi yoski ngai mambi uchi kogole chumbe. You see, by then you bring a conversation and give people the reality. But then I want to say uchumi nesarigete. Let us look on how we can live within our means. And then people will be like, ni sawa, but let us see things working. For me, MSCRO, by the way, when I drink about the leadership of Gusi, the leadership has also failed in this country because they don't want to say the reality. They might think it's
lakini siasa buna mwate vile butambe nelinga abantu bagutaka gotebwa kiribaga nitikoigwa ikiaranga siasa bako twaro muno gwansa erindo manya kogoki so manya gutwaro rwambere rigo cha saba Kenya abuga natugite koiranira sore asenga niyega yogokea kose kote makosemia abantu abakenya buna chibesanchi bolete ose chibesanchi sai ni kurwase kiganche kenne nakyo konyara go convince mo Kenya ngabe sanchi saini kama kuriyo murobero na empowerment ote bungase wizara echisemi abaroki wangu chibareko mbarigo chikonyara chibase chisaine akire kwarigereria abarai abange bali baleme bose bali bago sigire serikali one igas empowerment programs no bakumura chibase.
You see, the idea is to get the society empowerment. If someone was to explain the society empowerment, it could be, empowerment came to cool temperature just protests just in the country. They have done what they wanted to do. They want to achieve what they wanted to achieve, they have achieved it. You see now, my idea on empowerment programs is different from the critics of empowerment. What the empowerment program is being done the right way. See, in my constituency, this time I want to empower group Chapoda. If you got 9 million, look at what Sudi did in Kapsaren. He collected chivas, akaenda kawachi motorbike fiscal. Chikoroka ine. Nega limbake matatu akabeke sako. Now esako ya bwala chigalirenga. Assuming there were 10 or 5. Women direga here was able to pay a loan. As a sake. You know, you'll be making profit from this business. Now, I don't see what watching all those things. The only difference is when a key. You see, like in the Kisii one leg, I saw the women rep from Kisii Doris Doy. Now, here's the money or a group. Correct. Now, if this group goes out, the money makes no sense.
Yeah.
But if you invest that money, as a group, the money would make sense. I think Monta Getembe 200,000. No, 100,000. The group na kanera ondi ganini. Mama the only chat 20,000 Kobani Mondo, as the money makes sense. There's no sense about it. That money, the empowerment is supposed to empower structured groups. But now the challenge is that the government don't talk about the source. Correct. Now the government is talking about another empowerment program funded by World Bank. That is targeting almost 820,000 youth in this country. But so far they are targeting 200,000. Correct. They'll be paying cousin Dani former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
Come on, maybe at the end of the week. Because I get an abacobeke or at the end of the month. Not target. But how long are you going to sustain this program? You remember, because this program needs to graduate. Correct. The problem in this country is having dishonest leadership.
Very true.
Either from Kuwepo MCA or top leadership. You know what the woman and say it's also you see Matildah again. It's a country you find among 10 people, 2 are extremely rich. And the remaining 8, 2 of them want to be like the the two extremely rich. What happens with these two want to be like the rich ones? They start stealing from those the richest. What happens with this the remaining 6? Ones are copy the other idea. Without even knowing, I am those the message. Now, among the extremely rich two, there could be one who could add kind of resources here.
Oya umonere?
No, maybe
akavega.
Now, you are fighting to achieve a agenda get otanyale to achieve completely. You find a member of parliament or within 2 years, or had a marshal in Nairobi, which they call. Look at what Nani Peter Saras is doing as a minister.
It's even campaigning.
And nobody's asking about it. A member of parliament said in 2 years in his first term, I called for you, this bar was in very proud of the failing even those cars in 2 days. Of a man who's talking about having 7,000 as a pay slip. I know people never ask that question, like the bank cannot give you a loan to clear the entire moshahar. There's a percentage so how come this gentleman had a 7,000 salary in this place?
And it's all over the country, not even one place.
Running around.
You
cannot criticize empowerment programs when you are criticizing the country. It's got more than 6. Over on a daily basis. But you are criticizing empowerment programs. Where do you find yourself? No leadership in this country. I'm honest. I'm this and this and this. But you see now the amount of money I spent. These empowerment programs. But if you do an average of 47 counties, they create maybe around something, women reps aligned to the empowerment programs. Work close to 9 million, between 9 to 10 million with each of these empowerment programs. These guys could have spent close to 1 billion in only 1 month. But I wish one day Montaka rolled it. That's where you go. Empowerment programs. How does that money go to those groups? Because as you have been in those meetings by the group yesterday, provided 100,000. The last time I think the list was 100,000 a group here. What is the impact of the economy?
Yes.
Because it's a gauge kura, can't by day. You realize it's every year you can your own amount of stock. Is it that the economy is too bad that there's nothing? And I wish that one day group A made it to 200,000.
Nande na kiba procedure kiba tumegete bakanyarago.
So they were success stories. They are using an example of the empowerment. It's called the Uwezo Fund. That's the program they are using. Actually, even the groups, when you register the source in a Uwezo Fund when they are giving the groups money. That's what they call How do you explain now the common one?
School. Omojumbogo. Okay, and that's why about to catch the buchi me very.
I'm not going to serikali nenjo. Yes,
serikali ngombe wana.
Ngombe nenge.
Ebi chive sanchiro.
So budgeting is projected. You said their projects that I target like 8 years ago. And this government has come, a loophole somewhere. When you see the government has to maintain both political movement, economy, and social. Mojumbe they cover popular ground, politics and social. But when the economy seemingly comes to third.
Now, which is the most important one?
And you know, economy is like even empowering.
Misplaced priorities.
Matildah. Kenyan policy uniform nere no matter.
Ndwa bwate ende arenje. Yani yochiri chikara.
Uniform ngara ne chinyi. Let me add ya police uniform.
I don't know why we don't have the proper uniform. There's no budget for it. There was money set in the budget.
Lakini rero nonye chiri changa nje ndo chichibwata matonto ne chaba yanyimba abantu bakuveka ndonse. Naroche moro kiondo koro kaiga. Abugo kumotumanga ngangu bature genobik ero chirase chirikirasa abantu bakugora
again tongera yankunire of which I've been insisting and I remember Abuga I don't know whether not walinga naye kubori I was the one with the problem with empowerment and I gave an example of Oscar Sudi by the way that is the empowerment now you could say nga ama inere empowerment kwa sababu umuntu wetu empowerment iri mpaka wikira bona iga nakolete nare empowered onyo chita kabeke bidi because naro chiturechire we call it she trolls ichigo su chiko ni smokies and magena ndo abwate chibintu bye car wash, ndo abachitinga, ndo abwate oso chitangi, ndo abwate what else was there? Egari yarengo.
Ebintu
byarengo ebingi. That is the empowerment you could talk about. The only problems abantu naninche samu ndaboli which is the source of this money? Kwa sababu unaona people come with job abantu bako jana job pass. Libugire unaona the place where barengali test in Kisii. How many job pass were there? There were many job pass. Job tali gali yogo fiwa liga 500 shillings umnyoka baka nyamataro ilani. It's all about millions of money and per hour. Ko high job pay. It's all about money. If they are able to come with job pass and give an empowerment whereby I think the source of this money empowerment. Remember the former deputy president I think a state house as an arrow was a net tank was an chichirin. So it's all about a perception. Again, every chair quite that is why no no chakwa sanga chiva chokwa school. Iko isaini because of ABCD people won't believe you. Kwa sababu you are from every weekend. Ugora iga lero it's on Wednesday. Lero empowerment tego toka because ni ma take account kero ya parliament one man. Ngoto arabale this morning session. Lakini take the case of maybe on Tuesday. Kwara abantu bali na empowerment.
Yes, nienda. Kiroto chikogendera se engane eyo ndoche bona se page ya 5 na 3 nigote MPs order Kanja to surrender the police payroll to National Police Service Commission. House team says agency is the one mandated to run the payroll. Oyoga nigo oyore omo nene bwabanyanyimbo nigo bona airwe ribagana abari abajumbe anyarikone kebuna obatukire amanganali akorokia gose alliance akorokia enchera abanyanyimbo bagwa kano mishara yabo aiga ase ense ya Kenya ayenane kocha se National Police Service Commission oyore omo Inspector General of Police nabo igo Raila piles pressure on Ruto to implement a broad-based memorandum of understanding. ODM wants Kenya Kwanza government to implement a 10-point pact signed in March. Na ODM bono nigo yanyarire koboria umuraiwense muske William Ruto anyara kwene kibuna okwiwana kuri batwarete okubanyarite kubika ese y'umutinyo gatatu kwa nyarire kuikiranirwa gose gwachakire gukora emiremo okigima kukumanyakana tebuna broad based MOU na funa butambe igasense ya Kenya tupate umugavana wa county ya Busia omekana omoske Polo Toma na bwo senator oye omoske okia umtata wono nigo bobwate osibanyarire gutwara okumusana ana mono igoro yechibesa chikorokana echichire 5.2 billion ekrewotanga Otoma umtata clash of her over 5.2 billion audit report nekero bono ekorokana mna asio mwaka 2022 gocha 2023 nigo chibesa chiarenge 5.2 billion chikorokana nchitu megeti biya osenga engineer chibesa chiga chanyale to gukora emirimo eyo etari korokana na chibesa chinde chitamanyiri esi chire na CPG ende whatever Nyoro dropped as member of budget team in house shake up eiga mienda na ukonyara ko yokwandera ekirondo chomo jumbe okiaru ndatenga ama ine kekero mundu na kero chikewocha
eiga on still on what is happening in the country in terms of political realignments casualties barombanya kubora broad based abantu mbarba yanchirante abantu mbarba tayanchirante including ndindi Nyoro nande Matildah go change ko kwa abantu kero tari go kwana liyo giria serikali so sekora sia serikali tari yendo kerekeya we have seen it from other governments nyorete narengo but from what we know from history there's a time mugaka no ankibakyo manyene bari batari go dance ne tune yae babutitwega asi abantu abange come to Uhuru Kenyatta the latest one karo handshake yacha casualties imbalengo abange including babo Murkomen they had to be whipped kurkoba the majority leader babo the then majority leader orenge Eden Duale oyobon re CS of health so even to neviga it does happen and then we have now the regime yomoske William Ruto whereby akabwata na akora okubwatana no murai gwo bose murai gwo mubwazimio yore nando murai gwe kyama gya ODM Raila Odinga abantu mbali batanchira nti look at what is happening with Sifuna, look at what is happening with akina Babu Owino, look at what is happening now Ndindi Nyoro, who was the budget orenge food soldier ya William Ruto 2022 elections, orenge a budget chairperson urusi rukobo munyakirogo agacha kobe member bone urusi even kobe member ocharali
One gani gatomero youthful lawmaker moved to Diaspora Affairs Committee in the latest reshuffle.
Look at that. That is
Diaspora
what happened to
Committee
the government aligns no muntu uli support the agenda yabo. If you have a question na mangane ye nchira the government is run and you are part of the government, you want to close those privileges maybe. But for the longest time we have seen Ndindi Nyoro, look at him toko nyara ko predicting where is he, kwa sababu even as kero murai wense umukonyi murai wense Rigathi Gachagua alikurusi wabisi. Did you see Ndindi Nyoro anywhere? We didn't know whether is either supporting or
alenge gato
toma tinga yago support wase tariko support kwa sababu igarenge FNC ko igarenge orba getegoro ono orba gango no wento support ga wento bona igarenge orba ko turko manyanga igara tumegochia wase igara tumegochia kolengana nenchira biebet. But all in all, if he didn't support abare ba tabanga, and then he was part of the president by the deputy president kwa sababu onyo olenga ma NP na alenga go support igare go jabe clear. So from now, Matilda, politics will be there, and we shall have changes to accommodate Muraiwe ODM Raila Odinga and his team. Again, sometimes I question chama kwa Raila Odinga na William Ruto. Circumstances yagrete abanda baga chama ndake. That's why many Kenyans say like Raila igajete iga go benefit from the blood of the Gen Z. It was all about the issue of Gen Z. But when slots chache ko wange serikali, we didn't see this now the Raila's part identifying Gen Z. Abantu ba really as experts, you can tell they have seasoned the politicians. Do we see any maybe Gen Z there? Though they claim they are faceless, tribalist, leaderless, so who could have negotiated on their behalf? Are you seeing? So, but trend all in all, we have Nadiko. We have not seen it being...
uneri yovano wategete nyare ko stainebu.
Naro jbaga tabanga there are 10 men we went ko chosen from the ODM side. Wamanyanga kigende kige ko wak.
Abuge. Asingane igaya omo jumbe okiaro omo Ndindi Nyoro. Every child born in the next 15 years will have a loan tag for money they have no idea how it was used. Kero mwana ko ibura kero mwana ko ibura semeti emiaka 15 nerevosio nigako iburu kabwate rideni ata mwenyetinga
kwa rwete kabwate takaba chairman ya parliament kone kama na those dome tents in Kero constituency ngane basa ya colons na free education for everybody nini kana wale ndio
ndio.
Ask yourself, why is it in the budget? Yeah, CDF. No Jumaya constituency. Avec a dome tent, you are at a cost of maybe 2 million for an event. Avec a dome tent, crunch free bursary. You know how much 2 million? You know in award, like in the Kisii in award gets 3.5 million for bursaries.
1.5. There's some who got
for bursaries.
1.5.
Yes. Now you are using 2 million. Avec a dome tent runs free bursaries. And you see, Nani, when I was working for the print media, one day do not use something like a youth politician in a story. How do you describe a member of parliament or 70 years? And you are describing one as a so how do you describe your parliament or 70 years or 65 years?
Go bueno to describe una elderly. No senator bono baba alo ale to barokenake.
That's the question. Immediate, do you what? How do you call? I don't know. But then, I don't know why you can
youthful.
Certainly clever. But you see these things. Some of the mistakes you happen one night. The current budget we are using, perhaps one like this end of this month, perhaps last month, was a product of Ndindi Nyoro. So Amadeni, I got discussed. He was the chairman. Amadeni, I got discussed. 2026. I thought I would discuss. ne chairman ye current chairman ye ati ayabona ukwanira na yayi so she tell us how do we move out of the mess it created. See, once you impregnate a woman, to walk along the journey with that woman. Correct. What are the value more corrupt? Telling her once a woman has conceived, now a man, you can say, oh yeah, no, we both become parents. Now the mistake, the mess we were in, Nia, he was the chairman. First, as equal in the committee, as a cardi, as I was, he's still a member of UDA. So you cannot say I'm now in a different, but he's in UDA. Once you get the manifesto to implement the manifesto, you're implementing the manifesto of Kenya Kwanza, or the UDA through Kenya Kwanza, or the Kenya Kwanza through UDA. I don't know which one comes first, but it's Kenya Kwanza government, which was a year campaign with Rosan. And for the last 2 financial years, they've been using a budget. If it was clever enough, would have told us in the first financial year, 2022, 2024, 2023, and 2024, how to clear that debt. But telling us is even paining us more.
And for sure, how soon this Kenya Kwanza Yavembe, he was the front runner even in the Mount Kenya. It's just the same way you look at the way we have Peter Kaluma. Today we have a handshake between Raila and Ruto. Mambi is now praising, is now glorifying the president. I think, but in politics, that is how politics is done. As long as you tell us, everything looks black. But when you go everything looks white. Sai Peter Kaluma is defending William Ruto like a messiah. You couldn't even tell for the last years. Onomondo, Tagrengo Mondo, no Mui, Opio Wanda is the same person. You remember during the Uru's regime? Like when the handshake came with between. So shifty chigo change just within some minutes. So Ndidi Nyoro. Immediately after Arusugu Kwerende, how money now is misused in these constituencies. Kerogo Siji Basari Kiachire, or Sekarawa Chiro, Waikiriwa delivery basari, how many you go with, and all those. But
until now, how much it cost the constituency? Coconut tiring is assuming class is given CDF, assuming back school 1.5 million for doing a classroom. You see, for him, it's only a few schools, then you're complete. Otherwise, it's lucky that the member of parliament will Kangata did a lot. Kangata did classrooms. What Nyoro is doing tiling. It's school. When members of parliament demand from other regions, there are schools in this country, including even in Usi region. School Yamara. There's a school in Mantega Onjari Yamara.
School nere ontiria kore tomugano korgetungurumu.
Yes.
I think the last time Naka already yaringe amamu.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember.
Every last we are big
so it's by luck. You know, some of these people have been in government for a long time. You know, so you try to imagine what Osoro is doing in South Mogrango in 2025. There's some areas in this country, what you are seeing in South Mogrango, it's not school, some regions in this country, those things were done 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So what they are doing on the ground,
they
will never be able to achieve those things. You continue making noise, and when you are studying economically, can you achieve the but you see now, for the last, I've been following a page here, social media.
Yeah, by the silence. Yeah.
So he became clever, but the money disappeared cleverly to other accounts. So you also need to tell people give it the work. And you see now, Matildah, a government can sit on you within an hour a day, and you
they will call
completely. This one guy who has shares in other government institutions. You see, he gets good money from those in the shares. Now, somebody else will take even 50 years to achieve what those guys have achieved.
Yes.
Remember how long those guys have been in government. Now, you are coming telling body, and they want even to read the story. ODM is forming a 10-member committee.
10-member committee, what you go oversight, what you go
politicians. No, that is clever. It is clever. He has locked out the SD. Because he's talking about
non-politicians.
So, when you want to get to the desk, the clever people you're talking about, why can't you get the clever people? The experts, issues in this country.
Yeah.
Who are you going to need to check out the Zokotre Asaraka? Mbadi Iri na physical department Joe or mining
Oparanya
cooperatives youths na your energy. Now let the ODM tell us what this government is doing. What their government is, because that is the government. That's the art of the government. Actually what they are lacking ngali interior na roads maybe na agriculture.
And you know Abuga
is the art of the economy and the government.
Abuga and Matilda omaete omochando ministry cha watu omochando, you remember during the demonstrations actually na chiba twegetu number one the treasury na chiba twegetu we had an issue with them ngana KPLC the tokens ngoro
yes,
talk about the cooperatives Hustler Fund whereby the same Oparanya and the brigades bas mio they could tell Kenyans ilanj mwango lumo korek mo kana Hustler Fund who is now telling Kenyans to pay Hustler funds.
Oparanya.
Is it not Oparanya?
Apoigo tubata mangana mining
blue economy. Yes. It is all about Joho. So William Ruto was very smart. Aliyesema chando olenge by the way. No abatu. And even some sources are saying the cabinet secretary of interior would have even become from the same as me, the problem that we are having. Yani, I'm just in an imagination that if today we have a reshuffle of these CSS, you will find out that even that CS in our to still there's the experts. But we need to know. And I want to be in a point that what in this over 1 year, now we are having these experts from the ODM, the treasury, the energy and mining, the cooperatives. What have they now, the expertise, the area of expertise, what have they brought on the table by the as a government now that they are there?
So fanga
this 1 year journey, what have they achieved? Have they made whatever the president came capital roundabout? Is it really correct? We need to do an audit. What have they done in this 1 year? And so far, Matilda, this country, I think, how many reports do we need to salvage this country? The priority that should be the first priority.
Opposition, but no mpaka bali meya serikali bado mbategete chiri report.
Why should we have the uncensored opposition when they are doing kusekera pata eteko koreka sine serikali? We got to our robot and some
robot ruaven
very special to be implemented. Yes. What is the first priority should we give a country? Is it not economy? But you are prioritizing politics. Why can't we have an economic report able to give a clear living in terms of our economy? This is what we are able to produce. This is what we are not able to produce. This is what we can do. The economy of this country. Okay, how can we have an economy? Then we have protest cheap into Bigo Sambu. How can we even have an economy from the outside world by investing? And yet, even at our own home, still even Bigo Sambu. I think now the better report let us have an economic report. This is how
in terms of economic anyway, as a PJ comment na rimo ekoteba cabinet moves to regulate church and healthy sectors as KPC Kenya Pipeline Company gets a nod. President Ruto chaired yesterday's cabinet meeting that made key decisions about kwanregoro yechi kanisa and mono kubwatikana robotiro rwakorwa shakahola we ase abantu gutania chiminya banyarete gosiria mugimabo nigobono nga aumura bwensanyarete kora egikaro ikio kiukwanira buna ense ya Kenya kwa serikali nebwete kurigireria enchira chikanisa chigokora emeremo aiga asense ya Kenya na boigo court grants DCI orders to exhume remains of Malindi cult members. Homicide detectives mapping out cults 5-acre homestead linked to the recent details. Omanchu buligirire eiganige okwanira ase egokwanira abali bonse banyarete gosiria amagimabo ime eyo omogondore oshakahola kubwatikana na mangana yedini kiromugano yoko yonyora oyo bomurahivo ensago tebe serikali nyare gotenenera gose kurigireria engane yiga yechi kanisa nigore epeje 10 korende ase peje 15 narimo nigo egotebanga ikiombe kiri kia DCI pono nigo kerwo obo kerwo possible kigendere korigereria kose emebere egendere koruborwa eri emebere ya bale basiritie magemabo ase mugondo yo oshakaola nigo bono ikiombe kia DCI kirachiko gendera gotenera okuruswa kwemebere yo 11 suspected Kilifi cult leaders were arrested at Kwabinzaro village 2 weeks ago nga egatia bari abakagero ikomino yomo banyarire kubekwa aviara na boigo omugano uyu asobekirano nyore page 15 narimo gukwanira amangana ya uchumi anamuno ase amangana yechisemi mwancho murigire ase budget yo mwako yiga 2025 wacha 2026 nigo page ya kusasensemo yebirengerere naraiga gotanga mbadi is right bakwana mu waziri wikiganchege serikali kira bagotanga na maene agotebikiagera chibesa nchiseini chibesa cha watukirwo chase wizara iri yechisem all is not well in the education sector yo nomo egati yomo Kenya sangete ekerengerere ikyae aiga ngukwanira bale egati ya aborokia bali bagendete kubeka aborokiwa babo abo bale abasubati ase akongo sekota is the male teachers according in a watchful world nga bono nigo yarorekanire aborokia mbale babire bagochanda aborokiwa babo ase chinjira kitali chindonge sexual assault naro sexual assault ase EPJ 15 gotabanga take action to end cases of rape in universities ngabona ndamangana yokunererigwa usamangana yogotachirwanse naroro mpaka ase chi university mwacho murigire ayone kati ya yare ase gazeti ya The Standard yeri tukeriga korenda sengana yo ekiagira ebi nebiro ndochinga chabutokire chitage 30 na isano na isoto igoro yensa chinsa ibere chabono maminekero unko saba tonyare kugenda omo timu komoke elio tochia kugendera kurigereria ayari gati yechigazeti chiarero korende totaranya kugenda ase omutimuko ndoche oyoiga omanyekanete buna Stephen Munyako oyo konyora oberire pose oraberire ase SSL pose echera ase miaka 14 kale chinse pose atari asense ya Kenya imeyense ya Saudi Arabia nikobono Munyako anyale kuirana ase family yae kono ngonyale kuiranira na angina kosena omwiburi na boigone kirekorokia omwaka 2011 ekerobono anyalete kobe kwa aviara igoro yoko ito kose kosire ubugima kwa montoyomo oyo orenge ase parenge gusase parenge okora emirimo wono nekero anyare kuirana ase nkaya nande ere omuchengo obonna ayegamake ya serikali goswana nana koigo ebyombe gukora okumuchangira erinde anyare gwakana chibese ichuchiaga ire gwakanwa erinde anyare kuirana aiga asense ya Kenya nigabere chorase miaka 14 mwancho murigerea ase engane yo kogenda omutimuka na boyo tukirana tunyare kogenda usanga egati yari are aigana boigo ekerengereri kyawo ne kengencho ase chinse mucha Facebook na boigo YouTube ase gutonyora bana Getembe TV.
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere
Superstores nero eduka asorgo guriga rwa South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati rolling mills eyuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achagwirigirie amabati anda onsialia utagete showroom ya Etwani go enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokiriso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati yiga ntubwate etimu ya Tembo abo bagakora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingiye cyugo kwarigania nabo igo cyotebererie kindi cyose uraganie bagotebererie company ya mabati rolling mills iko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao nabo igo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unabono babwate normal corrugated nabo igo box corrugated asibigo babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage M23 asama mabati alia yechigeche 25 mbabwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na buigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na buigo web design mbabwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabonelia chako gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na buigo na green ubutambe gwe mabwate yiga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi buigo ebyo ochukanyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabwate yiga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabwate yu akomenya segeka ayo uchanye warrant na buigo ayo urakoberwa kasure asubwango eduke yiga ya ouru superstores igiye gutoka se enyumba ya ouru complex imiyo mucuri g'ubusongo iyo irange neduka ya Safaricom buigo ngutuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ire ange nebengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Asegeka k'emyaka 49 ebenki ya Kenya pamoja sako yabere n'umugusi negukinya umugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase chinsemo buno savings loans obosemi bwo gutumika chibesam na diaspora savings ase bari chinse chimaiko ase wa Kenya pamoja sako yabere ogosira okonene ase abaremi ebyumbe chiskuru chikampani ao abarikire abaritayire gose bari ensemo ya pension boyko abonjereria ibotani na Kenya pamoja sako iyo nyore obukoreri ubuya ase chinsemo na obosemigoro y'ubutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon munam development loans school fees loans emergency loans ebyumbe business loans salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygon korantora muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo wa Kenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kerie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange patarechi abisichabo chire asumu chubusongo kahawa house raja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik sibakire simyasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototare website yetu ya www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa isa kwa mwenga umosio wa Kenya pamoja sako. Sako ya wa Kenya pamoja ni sake kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigokora savings wonko bakira bia isoko chara wa Kenya pamoja sako kune financial institution yao tobwate chibranchi chito ikome na inya chire within gusi ona itu toro konyo mugusi soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosebwa ase sake ese wali batala join please njubwango mo join tukini esako yeito na gusi yeito esa magendo wa Kenya pamoja you our concern.
Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero ili wimanye buna mangana watika. kira chingaki ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo togukora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe ao ngakiende yonse inyuranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video cheto boigo share n'abasani amune amate ejo baigokie bemanye na wesemia tubase kweba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere ejo onyari kubagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase umtandao Getembe Television Network ekenakyo ekeonga kiamamogusie. Gusie bono na bukwegokia asogo sonja etv ya uwanje tia Getembe Television Network wetera Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 egoki nimero ao ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuri mienzi ya Kenya, ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Wikanonya, Zambia. Egulere edekoda ya Zuku chingaki chiga chemereka je Christmas amono guchingira ku mwaka muya iliwego kinemero yetu ao inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeonga kiamamogusie. Eduka ya obomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure e company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi meyense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ejo boyiko chire chichi brand ao ejo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao nabono mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba isiko ye nyumba chire chikomentra nigwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chiriya chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri kuririke iriya gatigati wekariguri iriya bantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wekabunuraganye gwochoganire erangiriga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bwokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora gwikirano tutarire rero eliwe nyorere abamanyi nabwigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara njibwa tokorekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangane duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera ase chinamba chabo 0111161500. Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Ine kwabaire gukorera asenga Getembe guse nigo kwarwalire na gusalia endibo enyinge bono tokwa omoyo inyagitali ya World Fit Health Centers nero lichibuliao nyuranga nonyorobu wenia bwa maruire amange abuna amaruire yesukali amaruire yenda amaruire yomogongo na yande amange.
We call your prostate eno borwere bwasumbuira abagaka sana bwe sukari, what you call the genesis of diabetes ngaki borwere bwe sukari bogo somo bero goime hypertension no borwere kramanyinga kogenda igure somo be walfiti itosomete chinchereza tojokorwa lya marwaire enchede ntangani itosomete ngendo nga conventional medicine yani ubunyagitari obwa kawaida itosomete ngendo nga nutritional medicine na marioga lyakurwese endagera yaito ya kawaida. Kwa mfano we have ntubiko amino acids, ntubwate fatty acids, ntubwate vitamins na kadhalika bigo tumeka esoko lya marwaire. Nchirende ya gatatu tusomerete neka tugutumia international herbal medicine, tugutumia maliogo akoru esemete twarwalya marwaire. Igao muchito bosongo monene ntubwate clinic yeito ase nyumba ya Uhuru Plaza noerega iga marikiti guys wako ninyama kwali na iguru wacho wake goroba ya gatatu erumu 307A. Ntubwate branch mu Eldoret ase nyumba ya Kogo Plaza first floor room 2.
Walfit Health Centers umusani ogo asamarwaire minyoka.
Ne noganye gukorerwa live streaming ase chipejo cha social media cha Getembe nubwate imishangirikano ya gisiasha, amatanga, chinyangi, chibirthday, mesangirikano yechikanisa, baby shower, anniversaries gose ekinyoro kinyumo, inyangi usuko kwa kuyomino, emijega ao bunabono housewarming parties, engagement parties egatie binde bige bono Getembe Television Network nero ego kwayega asiri golidio gotukutera ninchwe omurikirwe ye masege munaba manyi baitabo bare nobo manyi baiguro igeti byetibwate signal ere enkongu iyiwikira abantu bange asubunge asamange onye kuganitie omurikirwe nabukulika jumbenge wigo gwitira semeria WhatsApp gosigo yakisi migwitira namba 0741499726.
Hazina Siri Event Services ne company ya Chirinkuma asogo kwa obokoreri ase chinse mobuna corporate event chiroadshow chinyange amatanga anniversary na yenda mangamna wono photography videography live stream ne coverage na yende amange kurubare obokoreri ase tent ebirogo decoration lighting carpet na sound batarere ase ekoroba ya Ouru Towers somo chobosungu angena AM Taylor samange ba kresimya sinamba 0721217817. Hazina Siri Events, this is a surety.
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbare njara. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbare njara. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere.
Busana ndo mwancho muri nekero tweranirire umuroberio iga abwetwani ya Getembe tugende tukurigereria ayo agenderete na bwigo kukunyorenga turenere mienda sam na bwigo Eric Abuga ndiri bwana togochaka Eric Abuga sam mienda. Yes.
It's all depends on yacho mutuganga.
Protocol neraro.
No shit. Toko ndego se toko gende. Arori no.
Aiga se umaite. Esetu na botokorengana lakini ideally ebona takoba Yes.
I think you are speech.
Speech.
How do you start acknowledging?
Kurumo tu gotirimboga.
Paka uko leo sana Bible na wanafunzi wale. Bible bago charafa wanafunzi na I don't know staff to sing kurugura bago to you start with the cinemost.
Kanyo ringa lit kolegaro na inyorete nchira iri kwa onye na chinga kicha music. Gose drama festival kwa kanyoringa nayo uri omutang'ani gose nayo uri okobara timitine kio mwana uri auchoroku onye nabana bagotera uri okoba omutang'ani okokora introduction omunya gotebanga honorable adjudicator kwa manya gokora iga ladies and gentlemen gose ngwakorete
I did it because I've not got the other time naga kore poems. I used to do poems. Lakini he looks different.
Chinga kije utumia baka sign language.
Introduction ya a drama hiyo folk songs izicha cultural songs is a bit different na poems. You see poems talk about dramatic the way the others are dramatic. So the item you're presenting dictates the kind of introduction which go. So tingo tenena I'm just giving a poem then I'm like
amagosa manya gokorekana nga presenting to you ose abantu bate are representing entitle abuno
subati manyaki title subati manyaki but with the poems is different so I okora a poem nera a bit poetic like you are just a symbol ngaraiko. I used to do poems nearly on traditional songs chiri naga tenge. I don't know whether is it my flexibility goseki like in the all in all abuga that spoken word are okole
abuga ngotera kiwe kwege koromanyete kero kende
kwege usi
ngotera ngo waotera okwa banyanyimbo abondera ngora gotera kwa banyanyimbo gotali kebusi gotali Kiswahili tina ko ungia oteva lakini ento grave chotera.
It's a song once you have gone to war you've come victorious umugana back. Actually it's even the scouts mama say ye karumbe. Anyway don't need to know that song you maybe later.
Akini kebusi
one
no nyeme ino no igubabo MC Megi bagotera tukonyara ko
see now it's like now the experts in Kiswahili language bagotebanga all of us we are speaking Kiswahili so the Kiswahili to one but the setup okwane Kiswahili keri it matters a lot so okwane classing is different from okira kwane na Makange street ra kwane Samase street it's different na veke keusi na kwane mama teka kina kwane tata teka kina kwane abana ba minto teka kina kwane baba
sajili
those are different yeah you go to sajili ya Kiswahili those are different kwa sajili ya Kiswahili sajili ya Ruga those are different
sajili
so na wako make usi differently but you see there are people who have created interest as okolani ke usi they are different from people who have interest you can make usi so that you communicate those are different. Now you go to Professor Ogechi from Kisii University. Au kwa next way one on work mokonyecha is different. Kila kwa next way ale forum.
Asaba
kwa
yes.
Wanake usikia nene ya saa mngeli weekend. Nature was different. Your interest is to communicate ke usi to your viewer. Interest ya saa ke usi kila kwa story.
Ana ntikia na ya kire basi. Mienda uko na chitaki kaibere. Ochenjiri otaka gukora mno yokwanera comrades bale gali as school.
So that's the difference actually. Yes.
Mancho no nataka sajili ya sokoni, sajili ya sijui wapi, sajili ya kanisa. Kuna hata sajili ya kanisani, kuna sajili ya shuleni labda ya elimu. Enjira huko na masomo is different. Kwa sababu ndeka kanisa bwana asifiwe. You know where you are dictates nga you communicate. It is the same language, it's the same Kiswahili but where you are ngo dictate here. Osigari retro obviously I can talk of Kiswahili different. Kero to communicate ne no mo tegera ligege. So mo ligege is different. Kero kwa naga ya sikarole kanisa bit different. So it all depends where you are.
No manyetenga sajili nere etari gucha abantu abange etari ko bachinguru. chulo anchire gose msamiati nere gutumika amangana nara gutumika inte gitangani bunge antubwate egitangani ne kigambiro. I think language ye kigambiro understand amangana genete quote talikero mundu rasekera na boigo ndubwate ayerese bunge. I think ebimbiri egati abirio konyora abantu abangonye tabwati interest na bora chikumukwanira asinyo kubwatani bwa
amenge keusi tabwati interest you know you just have the basics
tekubaka munayo kogenda kotikira usikwa abantu barororo
koti mano is a
akora just oli chako tichiko
code is a learning process
ango yaerire
code you need to have patience correct unlike when keusi na baka so time no montio go bodanga traga kwana bio traga nini code is a learning process, it's an institution. And like kevone language to kwana, the kitari institution. Same case na kinatena language. Parliament is carried by the law. This, what they call the standing orders. Yes, what na keke usike to gamba ga. Once we mix it, then the dia mo ko ngi mwango gamba ke usi. 90% of your communication even to ke usi. Munda ko bol sameng mwango gamba se stud ke usi tango gamba. Come on, understand.
Lakini kikusikia is advancing by the way.
Bono torochu whatever is advancing. Teve que usikia ngigenda sako karaki. Advancing na ntelike usi.
In terms of communication,
yes.
Kiagara na watenga advancing. Tingo bwekana kerona achagete in these mid houses.
I think
na gutumeka more of a songe kenge. Singing just kuru or maybe yogo so mano interact na abantu from different places. Lakini rero I can be able to communicate. In fact, what I've achieved now, it is when reading the KUC now. You know, KUC, turgo ngeka Kiswahili, you can just pick and start with a song. KUC nkebwate njera okubwata niya manganari. Njera nero okuru step by step. I know I'm saying this, Abuga is smiling because he knows. Ngere okukwana no gosomeza a bit different.
Asoko bo morokiwa. I think I'm a very good learner. Na bero moroki wo mbuya weke kusi. Senjo koro mwaka na 2023 ngotekera nguru school. Ocho gotemo kwana mangana vera tutwate abukira. You know. Esenjo anda ake.
So ngo play this idea nga school na ring continent kigusi. So ngo play. Teachers wao.
Inche?
Kusika school wa somete primary. Kwa ngwani gusika we disc.
Lakini ngoge kwana tu arengi school.
Of course, lakini ikakatwa point is nini kwangu kamba secretly. But once we stepped out of class 1 and 2 and 3. So once we are in class 4, so kwa nike usika we disc. But not is an environment. Mono minale rowa primary, ayore upper school. Upper primary. Ayotaki roko ane Kiswahili, ngine akwa ane Kisii. That's why baka separate. Cheka tangu kina mande rowa primary ya separate from upper primary. So mwangu mene moko ene. But you see now, kana anga ene inchika. My mom could call me to so at one point I was in the same school almost 8 minutes so ndo kipa ya angwani osenjeni wakipa ya mokwani it's about the setup ngaki so you are planning the school nga paketento make usi
tali school aro
oh let me ask you mungo the setup kinyoreke aya agenda academy from PP1 What about grade 7 was?
Grade 7.
No, you under agenda
public
school.
Grade 6.
Does it exist? It's still in schools.
It's there.
In Choma,
public schools in the
under the CBC.
Not even CBC, it's called Kikwetu, I think.
Talinga CBC. No, nje na someta academy. Lakini kirona arengi kugenda school ya serikali ebitaumbia arengo gitaungire ki arengi ose ononga na kiru egitaungiro ki alikire kegusi ogoso na nengo tebi gintu ki arengi fani at in class 2 na rago somme kegusi ki arengi fluent lakini bona ishide ya arengi ekero enchira toni ile gutumika mukwana you see
bona nje ngayina someta because I never had an opportunity to someke usiki at a school level by the way.
Lakini tubwate mahokoro.
Okay, ikonyene kia mahokoro beat. lakini abantu mara basomete Kigusi like
Ande no kwenda
kama temwaro Kigusi
nande nabo kwenali
bara na nyorete opportunity yogo somo but again they might think how comes like I should be more of Kisii than because in Chen some just within Kisii everything Kisii
the document I'm trying to open here
yes
the pathways chia new CBC I think they're almost 20 something and I was like with the local rankings in general I think I saw it somewhere I think in Jerengoro yeah they had 55
back indigenous in CBC I think they call it indigenous
these are subjects in senior school so you are some now in CBC under CBC but then sign language for senior literature community service learning in error. Then these local languages, French, there's Arabic, German, Chinese in error. There's indigenous languages.
Indigenous
in error.
Abana ngosome gubari.
So
omochanda soko chiotoka abana bangosome gubari onyene Kigusi lakini bono nyoro mwana oyo uboire ase setup yo kwana guse Kiswahili baba ibuli bagotumika mono akogende skulu na agosomera Kigusi gusonya koigwa nabago keigwa lakini
indigenous language.
By the way, are you aware that
so it's an indigenous language?
Nere indigenous, lakini wiboro to mwana Kenyoro tutaiti kumukwanire Kigusi. Omwana oyo chire school ngosome ubali Kigusi. Omwana bagotema kuigwa, lakini gukwane njira go pronounce amaleta ali ko bakonge kiagero mwibori omanyane. Tataiti okoraki.
Teatura chakra na Matildah.
Na nengusi yoka, omwana akoiborwa batita kwane Gesongo. Musege Swahili tamanye Kigusi.
Karomoke. In fact.
Abana bokwane Gesongo muri koiwana.
No abaibuli abanyene they want. Umwana obo takwana Kigusi.
No Kiswahili rero mbatake.
Ne Kiswahili ate advance yakwa ne kwerende. I think now if the Kiswahili is indigenous then the lakini baibuli bange ba modern they don't want umwana yakwa ne Kigusi.
No senje ndebo go sende bia. So 90% of Kano Muswati nyoma so Muswati mukungu nyoma. We speak in Swahili. But now in the past few months, akairo mwana karisafu akana mama. So I go home, I try speaking mwana, mbona kwa nukwanike asa ukwana. So ngumangere Kiswahili aski.
Noko mukwanike usi.
Nganyala ngomongna, so my mom, musari. Tima so musari kyari mukwanyi. Kama te injo she turns back ko ligere. Kama ikuja atako. So a language ya mama ya take residence so mo
na nenge ngiri ora
you still cannot do anything because umongo no nego kineti so you trying akwa ni Kiswahili bano mo brem nga ukineti so what do you do
tiko mwana manye language herira
ya gacho kinya nganzo ngina kanda school
yes
you can learn the
language. What I can say in fact nje abuga let your child know Kigusi. It's very important by the way. It is very basic.
Tigamanye
byonsi
yes
unabono let me tell you turatwara ekegogita abana maybe bamaete tutaketa bamanya Gesongo Kigusi ni come to these local media houses into abanyene if now maybe in one way ngonya gotema tole kwebeka bia tukwane Kigusi ekebia what about in future whereby kero monte gate to mwana yakwa ni
local station sechi kosiekwa
so jefomie Kigusi is good kwa sababu in one way ngotema kere communication no look at kero mwana rule town ya Chirengagari communication yo mwibuli no the grandmother yekobe
tiro
aya abana abachiri bagukwane bishangi ne bikorin grandmother mata ko chwenjo ikobara na abachukurba kwa sababu the language bagukwana telia moe wana takumeti nkike bagukwana what are they speaking by the way let us have a conversation whereby ngina magukuru enjoys being no mwana no mochukoro ba communicate buyega bagoto akomutuma these and these rete keneke kago ikade urban places naro nke ruo mutuo so it's important the language eko terangore kwa miya soki reason digo kwandi gore Kigusi I like playing that song nto ebe Kigusi geito there is that richness yokoba identified with our local languages ero igatima itinga marieta ya kwamboka ke muntu na chabo ero ukugwa bana Chantel Shani marieta litali ko identified mon but it's good to be proud of Kigusi tigo montaro kumiyende tigo montaro kumoriase tigo montaro kunyakundi let's be proud about that
abuga
tigo tunabono okorangeria abuga sounds good you know that's a very good
morangeri kinabara kero kenata
we don't know
korangeri
yeah actually no nangeri
bana nchengo
by the way kwansumbore bogo chekero muntu gotumekerie tariri ririria seino
yeah that
ano
brand
ebuna
nani cheta kete samu is more
kero muntu have a friend, much friend, Abbas Badwaji twin. Only a Marco Barongo. No Barongo in the Kisii setup, no? Almost that, but a few people understand almost Barongo. Well, she's called Barongo. Then the other one has a nice name. You can't read that gold, no minute. She has a nice name. And Kerubo, one of those names. So you wonder, she will form Langeri, maybe Mary, but it's target Barongo. Yeah. So what do you do? Actually, come Langeri, more right than and just because when I don't know, I got to go to your cabaret. So set up with a Barongo. But for me, if you call me by the name, my name, but Abuga is my name. And Abuga is a family name. You know their names Kegusi, Okoegu, either from Mesokura Yao, or say Babu Mino, but Sokoro.
Yes.
They don't like it. Someone talking about Kerubo, is able to make Kerubo. I say Kerubo America. I saw now Monto, boy, 2020. More Kerubo. She'll ask you. Kwa neighbor na kimukonga kibatinga mwili
kirubonge
fittings biko nyakwero by the
way kuma no muntu usirete umuntu utosirete mukaruko mwanerieta no muntu oyo mwacha mwanya watevanga omwana oyo twalire mbwembe unanyagete akarukunyagete akarukukiruko abere unakirukonya wosire ono umetekera mwaretire chibicha bunetia sabana umwana utaka kwangeria tari ya area kabere na I think as omuntu funanje amagosa akorekanete bakanara kurukiria tari anelitangani
Matildah
wikira boniga no yeyegete tata kumbolingere tari auri akabirenji ile tari anelike usindireli lakini I prefer umuntu ando Obaigwa kubwa Marieta
Nanchengo baninde I don't know why it is easy
Neli na kibono isokote Obaigwa na banke
Timati why is it easy for people to call me Sam but I like when I'm referred to Miyenda Miyenda is my grandmother's brother. So Marieta na bako ba derived chakete yani from Sirete. I could have preferred Montano Kimienda and I like it the best. Lakini majority of the guys like referring me to Sam. There's a goodness you will identify na so cool by the way and it's good from the family setup by the way. Ikinenge ntokete kiamana sana ngokubekire in a place. Matikare umuntu na bako predict from where you are coming from. Ukungerieta nyakundi kwa manyanga eri mono asenali gotoka when you talk about erieta bono usenya buto no nyabuto I think comes from sito basi na hoko manyanga omuntu oyo na boko machiko identify the identity erieta nyabuto biti nyakundi osiemo wherever igondi bwate korwa sekete unabona omuntu narondo miyenda ringanga yuro te koru is it from this place so ndibwate the sweetness and the identity at least nkobere bya umuntu wazo in a place get ngobone nse utata ko wazo shit somewhere you have to be proud of women
munekero umetekero gocha ikari gosenjari bari chache kero tayiri to Obaigwa mete otondo automatically mbametinga eliga eligotoke kinyorogete asegete aige kundigete kyabantu bono Marieta yiga ngobare yengencho lakini with the time kocha konyorora abana
it is eroding
evigolia biga mpatagiti kuruka abana Marieta
yeah no chenjire gwate banga maybe bono
togota makwege ebintu byabande
Sam yenda bit nimbwate mbugete akaroka no yunaro gitu nabo bwate kesirane kuna someone one muntu it's not good so into the way the reception yoko yerieteli how do you talk about maybe erieteli kirugo erieteli kimuntu erieteli barongo erieteli abuga erieteli ose no Obaigwa ongoli na kyukwana about maybe bari baro gituritanga ni gose egerenga let's now adapt
nande bono ase I think oboseme bona abantu babonete ko umbali naki ekero kuruko mwana erieta onyerire rigali ekegusi muruke erieta likuru ase nkoro yao erieta omwana ori na akina onye kwa muruka kerugo tigari benge kwa muruke erebene ose kero kende kogenda nebiro libakali okuruko mwana erieta ngase ngencho omuntu gete omuntu oyo noyo ito omuntu yitire gose no bwebi akorete gose no bwebi orenge
agaitu utari kurukuba bantu
abana mbare bakuruku Marieta bako kuyungaki oyo sokora umete no munya nabyo karuko Erieta ali umunya nabyo mete yende kyongere kurwasa umwana bona goche gukina bakanera anke kuruka abana Marieta
I think even timati usene associated na the Bible kwa sababu Marieta nale there are some characters in the Bible babu ate chimbu chitalinge chinge bona I've never heard of someone Judas think Judas na
Judas abange.
Judas.
Yes.
I've never had
Jezebel nere ntararo.
Jezebel.
Lakini bado mbaro. Yes. Bono gwasi nyunga ki. Oyo igekero umuntu amwete koruko muhana Marieta buna ega abantu bari barenge. Ebioma abantu bari barenge kogosa sana se.
Do we have someone Cain? You hit it Abel. Abel. Do we have someone like that?
Tina nyora.
Okay, there are some circumstances na chiracho. Chiko gara nangu siga iga umontara kuin some circumstances go sitting in gym get you never hear abantu bange bakumuruko mwana. Nandonya karo maybe no yo moyo. But a large number of abantu bagusi from this age of ours from Akinabuga abantu bange barukira magita yekereje.
Yekereje.
Yes.
Ekiga yani
indigenous names.
Nana.
Marieta yuye.
Yeah.
Na bali goro ko yekereje.
One unangoro kusami and my grandmother's brother one in yekereje yekereje.
Mienda.
Akwete.
Okay, we yete.
Nsokora akwete mambi ngaiboro mugasungaro kwa hu.
Yeah, the sokora na iboni ili
Kwale ucha ko iboro botuko kwatara.
Ngwana beta abuga but I don't like it. You know, you are telling me abuga bata bakongo 16. You know, confirm. You know, 16 then I start looking for these other bugas. Kongo balenga abuga. 16, you know. There's a good story abuga. Abuga was a chrono chief. So he had an homestead somewhere in Matipo. So he had built a kanyumba iga. So but we were back a monetary. And now I go somewhere. So back I go back and polygamous. They had a central home. So you mogak. Then you mokomong.
Enyumba yo mogaka yali koraru nonde.
Ono mwaka kwa chile maybe nini. Another way ya mwaka le bindiri ngao. Atwa kama ngona kale tire ndagiraka. So this ka building karukwa.
Hoteli ya Abuga. Nere iyo paka woniga. Fans awe.
No ene redia.
Kwa yako maya.
Ni mwata banta bange sana bagote bali kuru hoteli ya Abuga.
I need to take no story. Abuga is a big family. That's across Usions. There's a Abuga family, the Matutwali scheme. It's a big family. But you need to get a story, your tell you what you are talking. Sifunjere gaji what the story ngia sana. So the Abuga family never what the chief. And all kana ngo kitaka kunga chief Abuga. I chief, I didn't understand in the kia meaning. But that is the story. Na wata wangina bange 16 of them.
Lakini kia ine party yoko tali gotaka.
Kerecha kibono monta ne kerecha.
So I know tali kerecha by the way. Na wazi toko kasi.
I tara obange kubwatiti.
No, I want to confirm. Don't confirm from Abuga abande because they tell me I'm the senior Abuga ponjo manase miaka kunga kia straight. So don't confirm abande wale magayano abanyama kungu monta ntiri.
So far, I can't quite get it.
Are you capable of having this 16 or even superseding?
But the only man who's capable of marrying a second wife, or even a first wife, almost as well. Unless they can.
Lakini hapana na boko as men as you guys.
That's what they do.
Lakini rende Abuga maybe for now. The economy could have been friendly. Abantu they could have more than. Many ways, but now I think the economy is dictatorial.
Toracha kana liyo kumaya anyway ayangorete bole ki nevi toki vi.
Ayagaratia me I think of if Abuga is not being the senior most or tara achieve we get an 16 was even 10 now.
What you talk about maybe manage one kwanza.
Maybe the economy is dictating and the way generation ya change it. Are you aware we had the other time we thought it is even becoming hard kunyoma. Economy. Also the characters, they are not even conducive for marriage anyway.
I just talking about that drain. Samia Suluhu Hassan banned some businesses in the country we call foreigners and even services. So on serving people from foreign countries. All of them are banned is repair of mobile phones and electronic devices. Kwa soko na Tanzania anza ko wekinga fundi wa kusimu. Ondo mo Tanzania echero guchi. Aya, kwa ni sisi nini ondo mo Tanzania echero guchi. But you know Matildah, the funny thing about Kisii town, 90% of the in Kisii town. Mbali ba kusi. So imagine, yes.
Electronics, echinyenge, gusi.
But other than maybe Safaricom shop, gari na maybe Airtel. But tapa ntabange, mbali ba kusi. So imagine of the same in Tanzania,
Ese gukorekana buna.
Gukorekana boigo maybe the
kwanza nzi ya Kenya bintu bise gukorekana.
Ngendo kenda bani actually next saloon. It's hotel and tourism purposes. One saloon I was also thinking about Kisii town. When I can go in Kiribona, you get to Kiane twice a week. And Pagons Biomotu, na Rwanda, na Burundi. Correct? Pakusimba hiyo.
Njomo ndoko ndo sino moikoyo.
Moikoyo. See now. So I don't know what will happen. Tour guiding companies na take brokerage agencies when they charge ownership and ownership of operation and micro small enterprises. So I'm asking myself, these micro small enterprises in Chirichich, these industries in Chirichich, climate Tanzania, you know, the economy of Tanzania, if Kenya is crying, Tanzania is crying 10 times
more than us.
Kenya could. But now you wonder, like, there's a protocol, I think L2 2010, guarantees African countries for free access to do business, sell goods and even services. Only has to ban anyway. Let's hope by the end of the day, the government will issue a statement.
Atwate tena kero kende wabara abasubate kero bawo avisi. Into vigoro bake. Lakini I think kero kuligense ya Tanzania.
There's an issue.
The democracy is much far away.
Amangana achire nseme ngao.
Mwenye still the same business Magufuli target. Ngabona Tanzania what the resources na bego ya approved yok. So if you do away these people, what will happen now? Kenya reciprocates the same thing at Etwani target from
outside.
From outside Tanzania. You have seen lawyers like Martha Karua try to go to Tanzania to do some cases. Now the same thing happens to Kenya. But there are a number of Kenyans who are Tanzania. Several of them, including my cousins, by them are Tanzania. See now, other than now trying to get job opportunities for Tanzania, you are creating bad blood between other countries. No? I'm sure the oil Kenya 7 is likely to respond. And I hope to, I'm waiting for the response. Times in public, but in Kenya. Stone Kobatega, we are Stephen Munyako.
Yes.
Ndio former editor. So the guy is back to Kenya after 14 years. He's 51. I'm trying to imagine from that something.
So years.
Maybe but 51 tell him mono.
Na bago tema ko sangane family.
Na bago peak. You can retire up to, you can go up to 78 for a man. You can go that age. I'm seeing him, he's still young. So discuss the story ya Mishra na hospital, Medical Hospital. Mishra got a one there. Yamago ni arenge bintebi. Maybe it's because of legal framework and going you can go transfer kidney transfer. Anyway, I'm going to defend here. The other thing I'm going to defend. The story of funding to schools, capitation to schools. The government is trying to argue even from the president that it's the right human phone. So the cake on your basic education for free. It's in the constitution. But they are saying other than that guarantee, the government only gives 3,200 shillings to schools this term. Actually 3,200 yes. Last time about 2,300. So there's a gap. It's a straight way. You get school to say kuma pem. So there's some ODM, Otora 10-member committee. It's got a few agreement, working partnership here, UDA na ODM. There's an interesting story done by my friend Justice Ochieng, Petsia Tana Kavere, comparing dynasties in this country. There's the Kenyatta, there's the Odinga, and there's the Moi. Now there's the Kibaki. They are saying, other than the Kibaki family, next of kin, we nailed politics family, the Odinga family, the Kenyatta, and the Moi.
Yes.
But now they are wondering that the Gideon Moi do not take over properly from the father Moi, that the party Kanu is a shell of what it was. So we are waiting for the Baringo by-election, and then it could be the last nail on the coffin here, Kanu party. I think those are the key stories. There's a story policeman to spend 35 years in jail for killing man in custody. I think the story was it Nakuru? The Dored. So the police officers are almost 38 and only 31. So you can imagine you must be 35 and only 35. So the first one will be coming out 70 years if you survive. I think there's 38. There's 38, 31 and 35. Two of them will be coming out at 70 years. Now one at 67 years. So there is an order from court. ya order the military, the Kenyan military stated their policy ya HIV. I think it have over for some time, so they are required to issue that policy. Now, those are the key stories. That's the nation ya rare. But there's a story I've read in the books for a long time, the IDPs. And one since 2007.
Internally displaced?
Yes, since 2007.
Persons.
Abantu banenge kusitira chikarwe chikakole campaign. Kati bono alega ika. Story ya nation ikega ya Bishop Mairura. The Catholic Diocese Bishop. Kisii. Shumara tebangere support ya government.
Amaskania na
Amaskania ya Kwa the kiamo was start akota ben this story adonga tarararo for 3 nights kurwa kwa again the social media. But I was somewhere yesterday, I'll not say where, I was somewhere yesterday, Mufata Magatema correspond on this issue. He seems to be speaking from a different script near Mdosi or Bishop Merau Kwanako. So when I get functioning yesterday, Gatema go inquire about this father. Like you, like you, but I don't father a bit strict. I don't know what the principles here. But from the ceremony, Krag and Reta, I can in between I got to warn because we had cameras were recording, I got to warn at the limit. And you met on my recording, then I want to be assisted to see Picamo like a TikTok. I want to camera and you met them record. Now I wanted to tell my Korean someone you father Yakwana, but on you like a TikTok. Because I criticize politicians by day. At the Bangana Mokon, the Marco against CP at one day, pack up exit from politics. I heard somebody the late President Mwai Kibaki. After President Mwai Kibaki had an accident, I started to call in the cancer. All family basilica. I get to take a miss level Sunday and let's go outside Nairobi. As I call in the cancer. And then I was this was the cake. Was cake cancer, as can one. But someone here lenge, I was back Kenya. Actually, I can give you the example here. Bob 6, Benedict what? The Popo Lenge got the son. I don't know why that father was such a critic. I got a no father come bishop to come a Popo here, wallet. I got zero in the Rome. Creating to get a parade, as long as I rock and league, to get a parade. So patient Bagatevanga. Next time I call Tomo Popo Gaiga, make sure you separate us from after services. Remember to separate and separate. But one day I got chaga. So the father was saying, but they know your guy, comes from Motel Yabuga. I got Tevanga. One next time in the back came cake was cabinet. I felt thing like someone here didn't or counter someone young. I'm a bishop around the last week at Kanotunga. But that's the Catholic Church. You have free mind. Skansanjota one, as long as you bishop of one. Even the where I come from, the Kansan Nengochi, as long as you president conference here, Kwanile,
Umetino nyo mheshimiwa apoko gate vitinga en Kenya oneva no bishop na bamura yondo ponsi na watu busibuli po sange kerengere ya sabna.
I think this famous Muheria has been a
Bishop
critic
Nyeri.
I think yeah agenda.
Muheria hata sijui ameenda wapi by the way.
Sama tanga gake.
Muheria has been turned to watu oyo iga is it Olesapit, yeah? We have those bishops. There are some famous bishops. You Pastor Nganga Pia is in the same brigade. Anyway,
you see, Olesapit was part of the formation here, current regime. Now, just state of San. But the only difference in Kenya, how do you separate a man of God
and politics? Look at
from the rest.
You were saying about every village having a church. Look at the way emechanga kwa kana chikanisa everybody could wish ko tuare kanisa abana siasa baire sadaka yabo.
With the story ya Bishop Mairura na so manga iga. Akatenga kuri kind of akurigire tikenda akatike. Nga kurigire tikenda kwante. Kabaka go threatened by the social media. But you see now the threat against the bishop is not old.
Yeah.
But again, you know, there are people in that church who never attended that day. As long as Bishop Paul panicked, you know what the money and bank support to have changed.
They will have changed, yeah. Because of that respect, but see the Tabarai, our son. Again, all in all, I also say that Bishop Mairura is part of the Kenya. What opinion you have? And also opinion, yeah. It's like us, we have opinions.
So what opinion? Do you have an opinion? as a media person what opinion una tenga ite nendo chika president go
opinion
is an opinion like any other Kenyan who will be talking about one term and maybe two term.
Miena ncho opinion ina basa utwara boni gane elina ki ebintu mbiribia.
The opinion here that is famous.
It's not an opinion. Not an opinion, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
Because even those leadership are creating ebintu mbiribia. Mokeo ebintu mbiribia. So it's a fact. The data is there ebintu mbiribia. So opinion ina ki it's kule ndo chanya mwaje next month or the next few months. Bugango Buhari.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. But
now that's opinion coming from you as a media person, host, other politicians in the show.
No.
What your opinion? Lakini evinde ngakenda ndebuya.
That's a fact.
No, ne president atebinga.
Lakini usino manyete chinguru montarato are ko se chinguru umuntu une media person la gutwara especially kero wote makoena na opinion yao okonyaranga wa divert ibirengira libya abantu bande ocha especially abantu bali bagosemereti bagokorigera mono ekero wote magotek sides usagusange kirengira ikere enchire ngao niko konyaranga kwangusira abantu abange kwa baraire ochenseme ngao mienda
gazeti ya the Taifa Leo I think amangana alitua kwanire buna bono amangana marufuku kwa vibarua wa kigeni Tanzania ito kwanire kwa se gazeti ya the Daily Nation bono Samia Suluhu ni gata ito ban those small businesses echo chirengete balibako batari kwa senseje and then ma dynasty wangangania ufalme bono kwa kwanire familia ya Kenyatta ya Moi and Odinga ayu tuanya kwa toko kwanira se gazeti ya the Daily Nation. I think you can nyara kwa pango kwanira kaya different name box yuerenga tahadhari Mombasa ikiongoza kwa maambukizi monkeypox. So it means that when Mombasa is being affected, it is the whole country kwa sababu abantu bako travel on daily basis from Tanzania, I mean from Mombasa igonga if Osenye kebwana tetwetange kurwa se maybe yoboruiro bona koligere linga kitota nyara ko patoko nyora it means this thing egekere kia Kenya ngima because Mombasa ni Kenya igonga asense meria Mombasa ya chakire wo enekia eretirigro ya maambukizi mpox. So wizara ya afya imewataka wa Kenya kuwa waangalifu ili kusaidia kudhibiti msambao we ama ruiro boiga wa mpox. Alafu ndo chaya wazazi waanze kujipanga sasa muhula wa pili unapokamilika. Inyoranga chibesa in fact as according to umuri kibe gazeti yega awatabanga erusaya yabo ni tokwera 3 weeks lakini bonongo chikobere extended by 1 month kubatakana ne serikali tiranya kubaki gutuma achibesa chomugao kuchiase chiskuru igonga Bible bayibange ase etamu ya gatatu kero ego chigo chaka ase ensemeywe. Alafu gaigango kwa Trump apunguzia Urusi makataa asema yuko tayari kukabili Putin. Nyuranga chinsecho ense ya Amerika na bugense ya Russia gotwara chirigo kwa bahamo kero muntu nabo ati interest chae lakini ndo chaka gomoraibe ensemeri ya Amerika Donald Trump watabirenga bono chi conditions chiria ruete ko chiase oyo mwenzake ulio kurukuru asensema ya Russia uyo kuruku Vladimir Putin chanyara kwa baha chigo pungwa naro ara manene ase gazeti ya Taifa Leo ase ensemei ase dondo ndio tuanda mtu hapa Malindi na no twarengeka bale maite these coastal places dondo nyingi na chikorwa then igoro mtu hapa twarenge lero nande mtu hapa Malindi ase omo subate yo mate byomo ate yomo musacho tindiko konyorera mwana unless kelion sipi wa kwalite iro chikonkorera wankorere that's the time ndakonyorera mwana
ni meteri swali ko chamnasi abu gandiringa ki narawe kole
Nasi menyete
ago salitinga ke
only far from where I stay from young couple kwenye metamo watu manolo mostia so wamekuwa tusumbwana for some time so moswata kachakamwa akanganya wote almost proti yangi sato kamenyo frat ya katoto iga ona kametali the other day leo Thursday Wednesday on Sunday ngoro nyoma ono ngaitare ndiga ngosoka chipara kamenyo akosoe gari getene sana ime kumbe the gentleman one the guy bane mameta nera ngomba ngoro maika ona ngomba ngoro maika kana katrinye gari ya ulinga kini nini Musta ngomba ya ningo ngara ngibotenya gari ya ningo ati unijui nini kama yaya inchena sukari nengaswa nani ko nyomba 2 days later kwa nyom musajo munga ntari musajo munga na so mwana so this guy has been staying with the woman papa to mwana for 2 years omokini apparently mwana atalenge on the right man which
ndirinda lenge okoraga
timetinki ankora kinende timetinka mbwate dondo from Kirifisi kubwate kama tukate ntubwate dondo ya Kisii engi
mienda nandiri tukuri goro ngonya gwito mutano nganyora mugaka gitogote yo murugyo ati gamutebeti timeti kibare kwiranirane akamute good night a mother of 6 no mongi no ria kagechigo akamurene good night father of 1 mugaka Chitareti aborete. Pero chiso mwana ama itenga ngino omwana oyo ababwata abana. Abatano noyo mo abana 6. Ende njiriri kumwira neri gutaka kumugechinga agotire ano muntu batabona 6. Omongi no ria kagechigo akamuterenga na ekira uchi abugo chiguse na neri sinoyo mo.
Abuga, how many marriages would be sustainable if today we wake up and say that DNA is compulsory?
Ano yenga. Nasa umanyite.
Lakini gento kira konya abange. Ose egento gekonye tabanta abange. Delinga abana mbali bakorererwo omuchi na umwana oyitali oyo gabo ogwekana abantu bomuchi oyo. Yes.
But that's a thought in a brief ya you go sustain morality lakini.
Konyora omuchi gete ba adopt rio mwana. Omwana oyo kini waroro. Lakini wacha konyora ngakera ukubarigiriri tokonyara ko differentiate abana bae no mwana ore adopted because mwana okay mwana onde bwensi okinerete gabo.
Manjas we can make a joke about that idea. You can your mwana outside marriage or outside wedlock. It's a topic. Don't really magaka geteiga but what experience ya family life. Atoka like now these things kitambe bya ngibune joke kuma tekale konyoro mugaka geteta getumu osonyora abana bamura gene ba ijilani ebata abana baisike they can agree mwaka ndonyo ndike nyora abana muino gari secretary lakini gende ngia ngonga ile konkia le ngo so mugaka nyole girlfriend dikale oranga mbako ibwana te musani mugaka ndenga murondenga konyana go chiabu nae konyoro munyomire but maybe that day alenga gocha kumbe na ne bate kantinera choro mwana muno ga toko seri mwana lijinkala lakini bana ga something kicks up your mind nga
mwana talio
mwana Matildah bwate talio sam
kai
ono mate na bese go change but nowadays that needing much kwana it don't end up like the mad which are happen people will be killing one another on that basis so it's needing up kitoko grow things are changing.
Yeah, sure.
What we are discussing now, kareki alenga nomo joke like ukwana tubusa. Akiba ndo mante kwali abana bakini.
Ahire school.
Mujumbo mnalo. Sisi Uganda mujumbo licho kimana bakanyaranga bana bande mbali. It's happening. What do you do? How do you solve that issue now? So you have for the killings, murder in that family.
Konya korekera no nya bibali aba bachanira abana baiga bakubagano. Na rocha ndo mutanda abana gete bakorera sana. Abana balinge babere omo subati akagenda noyomo na Isa akagenda noyomo abana abamba maitike into kegenderete
I don't know
barure kigambero bakosoka para kiro muntaka
we Maria
abana bakubuli where are you going ngaki muko bagana babere ngaki muko genda babere intuka ito.
Do you remember the case of this academy in Ndarasha somewhere when an area yete
Ndarasha?
Are you aware that the DNA was not matching with the fathers?
Bagaka bakachigo tema DNA I think no yo moya achete positive capital ya bande ngina abana faiche bakaro DNA abana bakama
the first priority as a DNA is the mom. Yes. if there's an issue mwana the first business ambe kutuna ya mama because tima think kina your story but like the case you are giving us ngeka bantu ka court ya kaira bana bai. You see, if people are true to them enough, tangamos wati at let me give identity to these kids. Ramate mind yana mata bana na bang. Yeah, najua. Patolo mondo go punish more is the dad. Tona bana na bang wakai. Aga if you want to date and you met a girlfriend you want to marry, it could be prudent. You know the immediate ex. The immediate former ex. So that you know your ways. Nyole tumu manyeti.
Nyole mwana obwate.
Nyole professor abwate. Immediate ex. Na yo kala makanga. Tinga makanga basoma tinga basoma but you know those status the gap. Kitambajadi just from this side. Ajemo you know going to take some time. So it's good that you know so that umuntu open up kama moja relationship nga. Nchini na linge kansa. Kali ko
kale nanya kirasi kia.
Ko tabu yon speak. Paragraph am. So timonda amanya nyo beta mo ina for only 3 months. No muntu lenge this status. Bono njisteza chanjile 10% lower than chiyoyo. Tacha kapere wiki ya mulende. So it's good come on understand that open conversation. Even when you're in a relationship, come on tambe, you are at the distance. Try to open those still common in each chats. So that you understand your mind your mode. Otherwise, manya mugendonge mugo discussing and talk any fees and to nini to aje nyumba. It's it's more than akomenya mono muiwa 9. So some gojo konyoma. You look for a bit older than you. Akoka editozanga ngoli in the matching squad yenyangi. Oli classmates wabo there's nothing they'll guide you.
Mienda kwa rodi nyangi arenge mitandao. Yava umo muragete korogeto. Ya koro Kayole arenge. Kwa yarodi.
Etenda yara unless you give me
vijana wa geto. Bakorete nyangi lakini yarenge yechivesa chinyinge sana. Nande kiro korigire njira yaringe wild njira babo atobo sibole. I think chinyange metetu achibekire ngari tukorigiro mundago tema kubu mutagatifu. And skuri no nyabasani barengaro bari real friends umetemia no metesa ko yawe ya friends.
Very true.
Tiawe kali tukori nyange kwa makorige bari ba gotinga chisuti kira rituko na bobo chokoleta ari baikaransa kwa manye kweba bari mware kuminyoka mware ko ndie bibarabara na barabo mwaminyoka mwana mwachi gwaka buseno ntimbu mwako mupira. Lakini I think that nyangi yaringe ngiye utatiatima nyitinga asense meri timete usenga na mari yo gotinde na rocha abantu abange batumegete lakini nyangi yaringe gintu kyaringe genuine anyway tatukoro moroveria basiri tukoria rero kirora cyo kore nyangi igonyora abasani baho ne babali bari asa office ega
are you addressing me I say nyangi? Oh, it's okay.
Abuga dahi ase nyangi bonega tabange tilani anya
no it's partnered by the fact that I come from the Kisii community. Come to Mogusi. We are still patriarchal.
Polygamy still exists.
That does the meaning I'm undermining our female sisters and the wife, whatever name. But no, patriarchal you can use it well. As a man of the home, okay, definitely buy a option. But still you can use it. I want to konya.
For me, get my statement. Natural reservations, chair, that we could be having more polygamous families. It's only that the economy is dictating those families. Like now, when I'm not there, but if you are advising me, it's a good advice.
I wish polygamy, but very polygamous, very successful. Abantu batuli to wato morende. Lande mbaro ro wate mienda weka. Lakini montacha andikete.
I think now polygamy go korere gasi asigete. They are very good. They are identifying
Ngokorere.
Nditalenge go mo denga ngokorere. Nditalenge go.
Ngokorere kurukare.
You see, God has created your destiny. Ngokorere. God has created your destiny. Matildah Bloriga, when you wake up in the morning, onyo me una second wife. That's your destiny. Nyasa na kwa critique. Kono samojo wo kemambi, whoever want to marry, you'll be marrying her, you'll be marrying for the first time, but the should be coming to you for the third marriage. That's your destiny.
That's the destiny.
God has created for you. And later we come on like some, God forbid for that. On your may we do.
It is possible by this.
Usanya muswate tamaite sina nyoma tuli.
Na musaje uchi kunyoma bona yo. Twa na nyoma te. Nimbia kanyoma. Muswate ya nyoma ta kasira kanyoma yo ndwa gaitana. Ono ngonyoma tega. Have you married a widow or so?
Mwancho waligereria tukoyarero no to korero maroberi abo ende mbia mona sana kiagira ogendete kuba omwege na se emeroberi ende kubwate to kubolia ogendera utigara ime ya Getembe TV orende kira wasiriti se mucha YouTube Getembe TV nyara ku subscribe waso kuneke ngerekeri na lyo tari konyara Weterwa na mange alitokosanga korega ko sa Facebook na ro follow na ko like page ya Getembe TV korende timbatia mange na chikosanga ritukeriga tuchikomera na ndaseke ungatinsa isana no ibere omonguro o wanja cross history ya kabere nere havila akariri konekia kwanyore chivicha neriogi asinchira enyi kerano naiga twarengenere ereka buga na boigo mienda sam nenchenkro kwa Matildah Obaigwa asewano bye.
Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda. Ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbare njara. Ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbare njara. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege.
Superstores Nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills eyuko ya bwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achagwirigiria amabati anda onsialia utagete showroom ya Etwani go ere engale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokia riso yao chingaki ogoswasa yega kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team ya Tembo abo bago kolemirimo ase showroom yega babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebereria kende gensi uraganie bago tebereria company ya mabati Rolling Mills niko babwate amabati chingencho au ayuare ye chikala au na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges au unabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asbego babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emerongetato asama mabati alia ye chigage emerongibire na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana Roman Jinko na boigo web design babwate yigani kabwate chikala bunabone lia Chaco Grey, Brick Red, Tile Red, Maroon, Sky Blue na boigo na Green obutambe bwe mabwate yiga niko bokolengana amo nukanya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chingagicho gwakeranya mabwate yiga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya segeka ayo uchane warrant na boigo ayo orakoberwa ikasure asubwango edukenyiga ya Ouru Superstores yego toka se nyumba ya Ouru Complex imeyumucho yigo busongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom boigo ngotoka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetra ase namba